we're going to test out the gameplay stream for those of you watching on Twitch to make sure that we're good. All right, there you go. You guys should be able to see this too in Discord. This is me. I'm Sean, your Dungeon Master for this evening. If everyone can go around and maybe introduce themselves to the stream, maybe starting with you, Rob.
Sure. My name's Rob. I am a partner and director of brewing operations at Gemüt Beer Garden.
Cool. How about you, Francis?
I'm Francis. I am the lead brewer at the Wolf's Ridge Brewing Brew Pub in downtown Columbus.
Awesome. Kayla?
I'm Kayla. I'm a brewer at BrewDog in Canal, Winchester.
Great. And Zane?
My name's Zane, and I am a brewer at Two Tones in Whitehall.
Sweet. All right. Well, we're going to switch off of you guys real quick just so I can do some stuff. I'll be back in maybe like 30 seconds. Keep those cameras on. Hello, everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. This is the Escape from the Lich's Lair one-shot with the brewers that you just met from around Columbus. Our chat will be moderated today, so if you have any problems, hopefully they'll be dealt with pretty swiftly. But thank you to the chat moderator, thank you to everyone else who made this possible, and thank you guys for tuning in. So, let's jump right in. So, rules explanation. We are not actually playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight. We're playing something that's a little bit more watered down, a little bit more kind of home rule-y. If you guys have any experience playing the old FASA stuff like White Wolf or Shadowrun First Edition, you'll probably know what we're doing. We're rolling large amounts of six-sided dice, and we're looking for 5s and 6s. 5s and 6s are good. Anything lower than that's bad. We've already gone over with the players. We have a dice rolling bot in our Discord, but rolling physical dice is perfectly fine. If you're in combat, you guys I hope have your character sheets in front of you as well. When you're in combat, your attacks will all have a little number next to them, a 2 or a 3. That's how many dice you roll for combat. Some of you guys are stronger, some not so much, and you will get stronger throughout the night. Kayla, your character actually has 2 attacks that you can use in the same round. So you'll be able to attack twice. Everyone else can attack once. And I think, Francis, if memory serves, you have 2 separate attacks. You've got a ranged attack that you can dip into as well. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know when we hop into combat, and we'll kind of learn through full immersion. If it's not a combat roll, I'm just going to ask you to roll 3 dice. So 3 dice are your basic checks, different saves, things like that. You will also likely get some bonuses to those as the night progresses. I think you guys will see why in a minute, but your guys' characters are going to actually grow pretty steadily throughout the night. So you'll be able to see them grow and evolve. As it says on your character sheets, you guys all start with 20 hit points. It's pretty standard. If I tell you you've been hit for a certain amount of hits, you just have to note that down. Pen and paper would be nice to have around, especially since you guys are going to be getting a little bit of some extra goodies and extra spells and skills throughout the night. Let's see, we've gone over that. One thing that I'll be using, mostly stats that you've heard of. There's going to be strength, there's going to be constitution, there's going to be dexterity. Past that, there are only really 2 other main stats. Searching and investigating. Searching kind of uses your wits to look around a room and see if there's secret doors, maybe some items, things like that. Investigating is a way to look very closely at one object and kind of learn its secrets. So definitely look into searching and investigating if you guys are in a room. If you don't know what's next, or if you're just trying to find some hidden loot, searching and investigating is your friend, and some of your characters will be a little bit better at that than others. Other than that, Yeah, this is going to be a pretty standard one-shot. Hopefully it'll be about 2 hours, a nice little break, and then another hour and 40 after that. We'll have plenty of time to talk about other stuff and beer and things, especially during the break, but hopefully we'll have a lot of fun during the session. Does anybody have any questions before we get started?
I don't think so.
All right.
Ready to rock.
Fantastic. All right, for those of you guys watching at home, I will, at the break, I will be publishing a link to the PDF of this adventure. That is at the midway break, so don't any of you look at it. You're just going to ruin the surprise. But anybody at home can look at that PDF, download it, play it to their heart's content. And as an added bonus, so for all of you participating tonight, for all of you brewers, I really appreciate you guys being here. So hit me up at the break, and each one of you guys will get one of our 614 gaming t-shirts for free sent to you. So just let me know, and we'll get that going. If anybody else wants to order one of those, there's going to be a link in the Twitch chat as well. But for now, I think we should start the adventure. All right. Your head is throbbing, your vision is blurred, and you can't concentrate on a single thought longer than a second. Another hangover, eh? You think to yourself. But your thoughts quickly shift to a much more immediate question. Wait a minute. Where am I? Your senses are brought into sharp focus by a blinding light and the ear-splitting sound of an explosion. You sluggishly shake away your dizziness and begin to see a bright orange ember dance through the air right past your eye. As they adjust a little bit further, you can see a wave of charred splinters fly within inches of your face. Your ears begin to scream with the high-pitched whine of tinnitus, through which you can make out the muffled bassy cry of someone to your right. You take a quick look around, revealing a stone dining hall, glittering with a collection of priceless treasures. Several other humanoids stand near you, all seeming to suffer from the same symptoms. There's a short, sinewy halfling in a fitted trench coat, holding a gilded goblet high over his head in both hands. That would be you, Francis. A robed elf clutching a dusty book and staring out from behind finely crafted spectacles in utter confusion. That would be you, Rob. A stout dwarf holding a rune-encrusted shield close to his chainmail-clad chest. That would be you, Zane. A massive human warrior in golden plate, two bloodied hand axes held limply at her side. That would be you, Kayla. And a gray-haired knight in well-worked armor, the source of the bassy shout. That's me. Your hearing returns, and the strange knight shouts again. Oh, there's more fireballs where that came from! We've got to get out of here now! He starts towards the ornate door at his end of this large oval room, madly cutting through an army of skeletal warriors on his way. About 10 feet away, in the other direction, a demonic figure floats a foot above the ground, an evil smile of orangish-gray necrotic skin wrapped tightly around his skull. You are too late, Triskel, the figure rasps. They did not avoid my amnesia trap as you have. Now they're nothing but sniveling babes. I'll have my goblet back, and none of these whelps can do a thing about it. A chilling laugh sprays past the being's teeth, moving cobweb-like wisps of hair that hang deadly over empty eye sockets. Come on, screams the knight. You've got the goblet, now move, you fools! Now I hand it over to you. We're going to roll initiative. If you guys know what initiative is, it's going to be familiar. If not, we're going to see who goes first in this round. You are in a combat situation already. So, if everyone will roll one of these 6-sided dice and let me know what you get, we will order up combat.
Your boy Fiddle got that 4.
Thelwyn also rolled a 4.
Nice.
So did Kojor.
4s are all about
two,
it.
so.
2? Okay.
supposed to be a 4. Didn't you get
That's
that?
like
email?
half as good as 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm sorry, guys.
All right. Let's see here.
It's 4.
We're going to go in the order that I heard that in for the first room. So, Fiddle, you are first. What are you going to do?
Right on. Now if I've got a fitted trench coat, does it have pockets of some kind in it?
It does.
Just for curiosity, I'm gonna slip that goblet right inside one of those pockets and say, I have no idea what you're talking about. And are there more skeletal warriors that need to be like dispatched?
There's
Other than
a
the
veritable,
bad guy?
yes, there's a veritable army in this room. Fair amount of these guys. The knight seems to be chopping through them, but there's plenty on the periphery of the room. If you're trying to take some target practice here.
Absolutely, I'd love to take some target practice with this short bow.
Sounds good. All right, so I think your short bow is 3 dice. Is that correct?
Looks like it.
So your character's starting off with 3 arrows left. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna want to shoot that anymore, you're gonna need to find some further on in the dungeon. But yeah, go ahead and roll your 3 dice.
Oh, yeah.
Anything 5 or above is a hit.
All right, I'm gonna try out this dice maiden here. Looks like I got a single 5.
A single success, that is enough. You're able to pick one of the skeletons cleanly off with a well-placed bow shot right to the femur. It falls and crumbles into the ground.
Fantastic.
Any movements during your turn before we move on?
I am going to move closer to, I think his name is Driscoll, the knight.
Yeah, it was Triskel with a T, but yes.
Gotcha. I'm gonna get right up on his back.
All right,
If possible.
he's cutting his way to the exit here. All right, we're gonna move on to Felwyn. Felwyn, what are you up to?
So Felwyn's not exactly super strong, so I feel like she would probably just try to move up, stay out of harm's way for right now, and
Sounds
kind of
good.
like stick close to the knight.
Sounds good. So you're going in the same direction. Anything else with your turn?
I don't think so. I do have 3 leather pouches of strange smelling powder that I assume I don't know anything about.
You can't quite remember what those are for just yet.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Kojor, what are you up to?
I think Kojor is gonna do what Kojor does best and swing them axes.
Cool. Who are you swinging it at?
I guess our skeleton buddies were trying to beat.
All right, so going out to the skeleton army, go ahead and roll your attacks. I think your first one is 3 dice, and your second one should be an additional 2 dice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll them. I have 1 6 and 2 1s.
Ah, okay. Well, the 6 will do it. You're able to dispatch another skeleton, shattering its rib cage with your axe. Your other attack misses. The other skeleton kind of learns from the first and steps out of the way, giving you a wide berth. They don't want anything to do with you at this point. I think they're all heading towards the halfling that's leaving in the trench coat at this point. And Thorin, you are last. What are you up to?
Oh man, Thorin I think is just gonna go straight for the attack with that mace. I feel like I got a pretty good chance with those skeletons.
All right, go for it.
Alright, so I got 4 to roll, mace. A 6 and a 5, a 1 and a 2.
Nice. 6 and a 5 sound nice. You are able to smash a skeleton into dust with that attack. Yeah, they see that and they kind of shy away from you too. At this point, skeletons kind of know not to screw with dwarves anyway. But if it wasn't true before, it's even more true now. At this point, some of the skeletons are closing in on the knight and Fiddle. Fiddle's able to find some room behind the knight to kind of stay safe, but they're certainly attacking. Sir Triskel. Triskel takes a couple of slashes across the arm, but he seems to be taking it like a champ, and he's just destroying these guys, leading his way to the exit. The demonic skeletal figure that talked before pipes up again. Oh, I knew you would run. You're nothing but insects to me. Run all you want. You won't escape. And he starts flipping through pages of a book that he's holding and chanting in some ancient eldritch tongue. We're going to go back in the initiative order and start with Fiddle.
I'm gonna take a pot shot at this this horrible creature that's beginning to chant a spell. I'm assuming.
Sounds like a plan. Go for it.
All right. I rolled a single 5 that time.
Single 5. All right. The arrow flies true straight towards him, and as soon as it gets close, he lifts a bony hand, and it stops, just full-on Neo Matrix style, and falls to the ground. He laughs. Ha ha ha! Feeble attempt, but what should I expect from such a feeble mind?
Rude.
Felwyn, you gonna try anything during your turn?
Yeah, I think she'll try to hit one with her quarterstaff or her oak staff. Can I reach any from where I am right now?
Oh, absolutely. There's enough skeletons in this room to go around.
Okay. I'll just take a swing.
Go for it.
Oh, that's no successes.
All right, you make a nice twirling gesture that makes some of the skeletons think you're starting to cast a spell or something, and they're like backing off. But other than that, I mean, a nice breeze.
Just as I planned.
Yeah. Cools you off after a nice fireball, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Kojor, I think it's your turn.
I think I'm just gonna keep picking away at this skeleton army here. So am I rolling just 3 dice or 5 at once?
So you can separate your attacks. If you hit with your first attack of 3 dice and kill a skeleton, you can actually target your second attack towards somebody else. So that's the freedom you get. You can kind of separate them up into 2 different targets if you want. You can also just go in, guns blazing, dual axing on the same person. Your choice.
Alright, well, I'm gonna use my hand axe on the nearest skeleton. I have a 5, a 4, and a 1.
5 will do it. That's
Alright.
that's enough to crush another one of these skeletons into a pulpy pile.
And then I can still use my hatchet?
Absolutely.
Alright. No dice.
All right, one will do it though. These skeletons are starting to fear you a bit. At this point, I think it's Thorin's turn.
All right, so you said there's a dude like reading out of a book that's doing some chants, right?
Yep, he's a nasty looking character, half demon, weird, necrotic looking undead guy.
And Fiddle's arrows didn't work.
His first one didn't. No, I'll say that.
One didn't. All right. I'm gonna try to smack that book out of his hands with my mace.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, give me a roll. Let's see how it goes.
Got 1-6.
1-6. Nice. You're able to clip the book, actually knocking it out of his hands for a brief moment. It falls to the floor, but as soon as your mace hits the book, your arm kind of rings with like you just hit a very, very big steel pole with a metal baseball bat. You're feeling some just nasty, nasty energy coming out of this book, and that will cause 1 wound on you at this point.
Oh, man.
You did stop him from reading through this particular spell, at least as quickly as he was. He looks very perturbed, bends down to pick up the book, and at this point he says, "All right, kiddies, playtime's over. You're starting to piss me off." And he starts cutting white-hot runes into the air with just his finger. At this point, the knight pipes up. He's got the exit door open, and he's saying, "We've got to go now! Hurry!" That will bring us back to Fiddle. Fiddle, what are you up to? Oh, I think, Francis, you got muted somehow.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't for some reason.
Text too.
Aha! How about now? Francis.
How about now? How
Yes,
about now?
I can absolutely hear you now. That was a Discord error. All right. Yeah, Fiddle, what are you up to?
How dare Discord? Fiddle is going to strap that short bow right around his little halfling neck and run right through the right around the knight's legs through the open way.
Sounds good. Felwyn, what about you?
Ooh. I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna try to get out of here.
All right. Kojor, what are you up to?
I think I'm coming along as well. I do have a torch on me. Can I use that to help us see the path a little better?
Oh, sure, yeah. You could light the torch during your turn and take it with you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds good. And Thorin, how about you?
So now this dude's got runes like spraying everywhere, right?
It looks like something's a-cooking. Something's a-cooking.
Something's cooking. Do any of those runes have anything to do with my rune inscribed shield?
Ooh.
Like, can I see if they match up at all?
That's an interesting question. Why don't you give me a regular investigation roll? So that would just be 3 dice for you, and let me know if you get
Okay.
any successes.
All right. I got a 5.
5 will do it. With 1 success, you will know that these are not dwarven runes. These look a little bit more ancient.
Tight. All right, then I guess I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of here too.
All right. With most of the team gone, you guys will get into the next area. You guys all survived the first room. I mean, that wasn't a given, so congrats. All right. The knight slams the door behind you, wedging it closed with his long sword just before another explosion rocks this area. Turning around, the rest of this room is a simple antechamber, lined with 4 alcoves. All but one of these alcoves are illuminated by a blood-red candle. There is a heavy stone slab blocking the only other exit. I don't think I can make it out of this dungeon alive. You must deliver the goblet to Lady Haresbrook. Tell her I've fulfilled my oath in full. You can see blood dripping down from under the winded knight's breastplate, and the color is steadily draining from his face, highlighting blackening veins coming up from his neck. He might only have a few minutes of good consciousness left. What do you do? Now, we're not in combat. If you have any suggestions, feel free to go for it. If we get into combat, we'll go back into the turn order, but at this point, feel free to talk it out. What are you guys up to?
Well, you said there's several blood red candles, but there's a place for one that's missing?
Correct.
I have a blood red candle with me. We could replace that one that's missing and see what happens.
I think that's a grand idea.
Absolutely.
Interesting. All right, so you're gonna go over to the alcove and set the blood red candle on the only empty one.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Nothing happens. It looks nice. There's a good bit of symmetry in the room now. Totally feng shui's it out, but
That's something to be said.
Can Felwyn investigate the candle holder?
Absolutely. And actually, as you investigate, you look at these little alcoves, realize that, you know, something looks familiar about these. There's little magical writing kind of written everywhere. These probably have some sort of charm to them, and you remember your character's skill in investigating. So Felwyn has +4 to all investigations.
Sick.
That's kind of the stand-in for intelligence here. So anytime that you need to roll an investigate instead of just the 3 dice of normal, you will actually be able to roll 7. You got that book learning.
How about that?
Sweet.
So yeah, if you want to investigate, yeah, go ahead and roll 7 dice and see what kind of info comes up.
This is great. That's 2 successes. Yikes.
2 successes. That's still enough. So, what you see is definitely some sort of magical charm. These candles, when lit, will open the stone door at the far end of the room. With your second success, you also notice that on the back of one of the candle holders is a small drawing. It shows a plus sign, and on the eastern side of the plus sign, it kind of points an arrow to just a little spot. So it could be like a map or a pictogram of some sort, but you were able to investigate that far.
Okay. Well, I tell everybody that, I suppose.
Good to know.
Yeah.
At this point, the knight will chime in. So what? Is it true what the Lich said back there? Do you really not remember why we're here?
Not a thing, good sir. Although it does seem that he was accurate as well about this goblet, and I'll produce the ornate goblet from my pocket.
Yes.
Is this what we must deliver?
Yes, that is the goblet of creativity. It is rumored to hold the key to designing potions of goodness that will escape the evil influence of the Lich Lord Vib'Bane. It was thought a myth, but we were sent in here to see if it was real, and if it was, to secret it out to Lady Hairsbrook herself.
Well, I will do my best.
See that you do. I'm not going to be able to join you. I know I won't have been the first of our troop to die in this cave, but I hope to be the last. If you have any questions, now might be the time. I'm starting to see nothing but black.
Where's Lady Hairsbrook?
He said, "Where is she?"
Yeah. I mean, we kind of need to know that, right?
Yes.
If you're about to die, we'd like, can you tell us where?
Yes. As he begins to answer, you start hearing thumps on the door. There's the sounds of a skeletal army about to beat it down. Lady Hairsbrook is just outside of the dungeon. She came with her knights to give us escort. We were the ones that were supposed to go in and find the goblet. She's an honorable regent. She should treat you well if you bring it to her. Just go back through the dungeon. You'll need all of your skills, and you'll need to look for clues to your own memories on your way out. He kind of slumps over. He looks like he's about to lose consciousness.
Bummer.
Gods.
This dude's just dying over here.
Have I ever seen anyone die in such a way? Do any of you know?
An interesting question.
This sparks no memories for me.
There's something on the periphery of your memory, but it's not quite coalescing just yet.
I want to investigate
Troubling
the
thoughts.
corpse.
I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
Like, oh, he's not. He's still. Oh, excuse me.
He's very close.
Sorry. I'll politely wait until he dies.
You're like checking his shoe size at this point. Like, all right, I'll be about a 9.5. As he slumps over, he looks towards you, Fiddle, and he says, "Come close. There's a secret about that goblet you should know."
Of course, and I'll press my ear towards his lips.
Okay. As you do that, a spray of blood comes across your face as a spear from the other side of the door impales the knight, killing him instantly.
Oh my god.
There's There's blood all over. At
gods.
this point, yes, he is a corpse at this point, Felwyn. He's bit the big one.
Investigate him.
Yes, feel free. If you want to, are you trying to search his person? Because that would be more of a search roll than an investigate.
Yeah, I think that's probably more accurate. I'm not like it's not like CSI or anything.
Yeah. While you're doing that, Fiddle, at this point, this death does trigger a memory. You're like, oh, I've definitely seen a lot of people get stabbed in the back. In fact, I'm pretty sure if you get stabbed in the back, you get to roll double dice, right? You, Fiddle, remember your sneak attack skill, which anytime you are attacking from behind or otherwise a hidden position, you will get to roll double the amount of dice for your attack.
Love that.
All right. Felwyn, you said you were searching.
Wonderful memories.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's 3 successes.
3 out of 3, huh?
Yeah. 6, 6, and 5.
Fantastic.
Almost.
All right. So with 3 successes, you're able to kind of get everything you can from this knight. His armor at this point is pretty trapped where it is. His sword is wedged against the door pretty poorly. You're not going to be able to get that back. He does have 3 6-sided dice worth of gold coins. Feel free to roll those and add them to your inventory. And with the 3 successes, you also find a necklace right under his breastplate. It is emblazoned in gold. It depicts a 7-pointed star, and inscribed on the back are the letters JH.
JH.
Fiddle, to go back to you, seeing Felwyn kind of loot this body reminds you of, yes, I used to be pretty good at picking things off of people's bodies. Whenever there's a search that needs to be done, you actually get +3 on searches. So when it comes to looking around, you've got the +3 bonus on that. And at the same time, Kojor, as you hear multiple skeletons trying to break down the door, some shoving their scimitars through the now split wood, the strength of this knight in his last moments inspires you and reminds you that you have a similar moral compass. You actually get +4 whenever strength is called upon. So for all strength checks going forward, you get +4 dice.
Nice.
It looks like they're starting to beat down the door even more at this point. The knocks are coming. You can faintly hear the chanting of the evil Lich Vib'Bane on the other side of the door. So, what are you guys up to?
Well, friends, perhaps we should light these candles, make our swift escape?
Yeah, because that's going to open that door.
I do have a torch. I can use my torch to light the candles.
Oh, great idea. All right, as you light the candles, the room starts to glow in a weird dark red light. And as soon as you light the 4th one, the heavy stone pillar that's blocking the exit starts to rise slowly, grinding against the other stones in the wall. There is a rather bright room on the other side, but that's about all you can tell at this point. You guys heading through?
I say we go for it.
How close is
Once more through the breach?
How close is the door to the candles?
I'd say the room itself is maybe 30 feet long. The candles are kind of equally spaced in the room, so from the furthest 2 alcoves, maybe 10, 15 feet.
So I can't reach it with my staff from the other side of the door.
Ooh, it'd be a tippy-toe, tippy-finger stretch, but you might be able to.
I want to give it a shot, because it would be sweet to close this door behind us.
All right. Yeah, I'd say if you're gonna go through and try to swipe at the candles with your long staff, go ahead and give me just an attack with a staff. See if you get any successes.
Okay. None.
None. Oh, you swipe a bit. you just can't quite get it. You're at this point the kid in the claw machine that's got like an inch or two before he gets the nice Pikachu plush. Not quite.
No Pikachu for Felwyn. Okay.
Anybody else have any other activities they want to do in this room?
I'm good.
All right.
No, I'm ready to move on.
Sounds good. Bright light floods into this large room from a hole in the ceiling, nearly 100 feet up. It must be mid-morning outside. Your adrenaline has started to fade, and the thought that you must have been in this dungeon all night heralds intense fatigue. As your eyes adjust, you notice a chaotic scene. Dozens of clay pots, glass jars, small statues lie shattered with soil and charred leaves spread across a mosaic tile floor. Burnt, skunky odor emanates from still smoking piles of binds that smolder next to small leather pouches. A row of wooden bookshelves lies in ruin, apparently set alight in the same fashion. There seems to be no immediate threat. This may be a good time to talk through your next moves. As you look back towards the stone door, you realize that there is a rope and release on this side.
Well, let's go ahead and close that door then.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay, you guys are going to pull on
As
the rope.
quickly as possible.
Yep, the very heavy stone door slams shut in an instant, hopefully stopping the advance of your pursuers. Looks like this room is giving you a bit of breathing room, so feel free to talk out what your next moves will be.
Does anyone recognize this room?
I don't think anybody gets any inklings just yet, but people are more than welcome to search or investigate different parts and see if any memories crop up.
Are there any books left on the bookshelves?
I would say give me a search roll on that, if you will.
So that's 3.
Yep.
I got nothing.
Nothing. No. You see a couple of burned books, and it just sets your blood aboil. Like, who would do this? And you kind of poke at them with your mace a bit, and mostly all you find is ashes.
Cool.
I think I want to investigate these smoldering piles of binds.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, give me an investigate roll. I think that would just be 3 dice for you.
I got nothing.
Nothing? Yeah, they're weird, stinky piles of burnt plants.
Can I take a crack at the binds?
You can take a crack at the binds, absolutely.
Alright, so investigate. That's 4 successes.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Shit.
Sweet.
Yeah, you look at these binds, and you notice these small pouches next to the binds, and you're like, those look familiar. You look at your belt and realize that they're exactly the same make as the pouches that you currently have. Then a memory washes over you. Oh yes, these are pouches that are the material component of a spell. That spell is Flame Spray, and you just happen to have a few charges of it left. Flame Spray does 4 dice worth of damage to a conical area in front of you. It's basically like a flamethrower. It seems like you were here before, torching a giant chunk of this room.
Yeah, it looks like it.
With 4 successes on an investigate, that would also let you know that it was you that torched the bookshelf. It seems.
Well, turns out, guys, I did
man.
this.
It seems like you did it very deliberately. Something with books. That was not good. You needed to get rid of these books.
I wonder if these books belonged to the big bad.
Could be.
Well, his poetry was that bad.
Was that lit?
So yeah, your investigate will turn up all of that information. Anybody else gonna do? Have any other ideas for this room?
Are there any other doorways or apertures? I believe I might have missed out.
None that I described, but if you want to search the room, you could certainly do a search roll.
I would love to do that.
All right, search is.
I believe
3.
I get a +3.
Yep. So with the regular 3, that'll give you 6 dice.
Yeah, we got 1 5 there. Just the 1 5.
1 5. With 1 success, you will find some of this room's secrets for sure. Firstly, you find 4 discarded arrows laying on the ground. Looks like these were either not shot
Love that.
or did not find their target, and they are not broken. You also find, amidst all the crushed glass and pottery, a single trophy case that is still intact. Inside, a slightly wilted but still beautiful cone-flowered green vine. At the bottom of the trophy case, simply engraved WW. As you look around, you also notice vines that cover what would be a separate exit to this room, although it is a very small space, maybe 2.5, 3 feet wide in a far corner. It could be an exit. Certainly for you as a halfling, it looks perfectly serviceable.
That is good to know. I'll announce my finds to the group, sans the arrows, which I will stash in my quiver, presumably.
Sounds good.
Oh. Felwyn is spooked because she is very claustrophobic. And that is super yikes. Weird vine hole is big yikes.
It is not enticing to me either, friend. Although it's the only escape I have found.
Like, I get that. I'm just not gonna like it. Like at all.
Such is life.
Can we clear up some of these vines with my hatchet?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yep. If you're gonna head over there and take a swipe at him, I guess just go ahead and give me an attack roll.
All right. Oh, nope. Man.
Right.
Kojar's just along for the ride at this point.
You're able to clear away some of the vines, but it looks like they grow back almost immediately. I will choose to interpret your misses as that. As this happens, you hear the voice of the Lich Lord echo throughout the room. You think you've destroyed my garden? I'm growing new shoots into fresh soil even now. At this point, the sound of clay scraping along the ground alerts you to movement. Before you can react, several lumbering masses of vegetation are moving in to attack you. 2 large collections of spiny vines have kind of grown into these anthropomorphic bodies, and now they're coming to attack. So we're going to go back into combat. We're going to roll another d6 for initiative.
Gods.
And see who gets to go first here.
Oh, 6.
I got a 2.
All right. Kojor, what did you get?
2.
2?
Yep.
What about Thorin?
Cheers.
I got 6.
Oh, nice. Felwyn, you said you got a 6 as well?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do some quick audio changes here to make sure that everyone's being heard. And then after that, I think we're gonna start with me this time, on account of I'm an evil dungeon master. So these two.
It's the only way to be.
Yeah, these two masses of vines come towards you guys. One of them is going to take a swipe right at Kojor for the damage done to its brethren.
Oh shit.
So this is the first time we're going to get into you guys actually being attacked. You guys each have an armor class, and that's the number that I have to hit on my dice. So, Kojor, what is your armor class?
My armor class is 5.
All right, so I've got to hit 5s or 6s on these dice to see if I hit you. And these guys roll 3 dice to attack, so there's a good chance I can hit you. Oh, I did get a 6. All right, so you are slammed into by a vine. You will take a damage, and these vines are also poisonous. So you will take an additional point of damage unless you can pass a Constitution save. So a Constitution save is just like pretty much any other check. It's just 3 dice. If you can get a 5 or a 6, you will block the poison. If not, you will actually take 2 damage this round.
Oh, man. You guys. I'm just good for nothing.
Your moment is yet to come,
Yeah.
Kojor.
At
That's
least
good
I'm
for me,
taller
right?
than the rest of you.
That's absolutely true. So you're taking 2 damage.
That triggers me.
Thorin, when you see this poisonous sap come out of these plants, you remember that, oh yeah, I'm a dwarf, right? We're relatively resistant to poison. You remember that you get +2 on all your Constitution rolls. So if that ever happens to you, you will get a little bit of a bonus. And it might just be happening to you right now because the other mass of vines is coming straight for you.
Oh, dude.
The classic the classic hatred between dwarves and plants. I mean, we've seen the movies. All right, so
They can't stand them.
Thorin, what is your armor class?
6.
6. Okay, so you're a little bit stockier. You've got more armor. I've got to roll 6s to even hit you. So let's see if I can even do that.
Damn.
Good luck, bro.
Thorn's gonna be good.
2 5s and a 3. Those are all glancing
Nice.
off of your shield and chainmail. You're tanking it up here.
What's up?
All right, so that's me. Felwyn, I think you're up next.
Well, this seems like a pretty opportune time to spray a bunch of flames everywhere. I don't know. Am I able to hit those 2 creatures without harming anybody else?
Yes, you probably could. Yeah.
Like if I position myself correctly?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if he rolls a whole bunch of 1s. You never know, but...
Yeah, it might suck. Or I could maybe try to blast through the vines to open up the pathway first. I don't know. I guess that's getting a little metagamey. I think Felwyn would probably first attack the creatures because, I don't know, that's a little more alarming than the pathway
Sure.
at the moment. So I'm going to try to blast.
All right,
Blast
this will use up one of your pouches. How many does your character start with?
3.
All right, so this will use up one of your pouches, and you'll go down to 2. But yeah, there's no roll for that. Your muscle memory kicks in. You remember all the incantations and hand movements of the spell. You throw the salt out of the bag towards these things, and in midair, the salt kind of just catches fire and just comes forth as a burst of flame.
Shit.
They start to take massive amounts of damage, and at this point, they are in rough shape. They've taken more than half of their hit points. They're starting to fall apart, and they're acting like wounded animals at this point. And just if they could scream, they probably would be.
Kojor would like to hear them scream.
Yeah, I want to hear the plants scream. All right. Pretty good first round there. Thorin, you're up.
Oh man, so these vines are. Where exactly are we at now?
It looks like you guys are towards the end of the room that has the cave-like vine-covered exit, and you're kind of being pinned in by these vegetal monsters. And actually, as you look up at them, you realize that in addition to these things growing, more vines have grown over the stone door you came in, and they're starting to reach up over the hole in the ceiling that let the lights in. And this whole room is starting to kind of become ensconced in spines and spikes.
Just like Jumanji.
This is This is just like Jumanji. That's a yeah.
We're having a collective memory.
Yeah.
Am I able?
Oh God.
If I use my mace, am I able to reach where they're blocking that light?
As far as up towards the ceiling.
Yeah, height-wise.
For a dwarf of your stature, I'm going to say it's a little bit out of your reach. It actually might be 10 to 15 feet up.
All right. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Guess I'll take a swipe at whatever vine's in reach, see what I can do.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll an attack with your mace.
6 and a 5.
Nice. A solid hit right into the center of this now flaming mass of branches. You realize now that your mace is firmly lodged and is kind of getting wrapped around. It looks like you were unable to do much damage at all. And your mace is probably going to take a bit of convincing to get out of the center of the body of this vegetation monster. So that'll be stuck until next round, and we're going to move on to Fiddle. Fiddle, is your turn.
Oh boy. I'm going to go right over to this the vines covering this exit. I'm going to furiously hack at them with my dagger.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and just give me a regular attack.
I got 2 6s and a 3.
Nice. All right. So you are able to cut away the vines that are covering this this exit. It looks like the rest of the tunnel, again, is only about 2.5, 3 feet in diameter, and it is kind of tangled with roots. The roots themselves don't seem to be mobile, unlike the ones you're fighting, but they still do have these little poisonous spines on them. So if you're going to make it through, it might take a little bit of wiggling and squirming. And at that, you look at this tunnel and you're like, I could probably do that. I'm pretty good at wiggling and squirming. In fact, I'm pretty sure I get a bonus to wiggles and squirms. And this will trigger your memory that you get +3 on all dexterity checks. So the dexterity check that will inevitably be necessary to make it through that tunnel without taking damage, you will get +3 extra bonus dice on.
I love to know that.
So
Fond memories of wriggling.
Oh yes. So it looks like you've at least freed the opening to this exit of the room. Kojor, it is now.
Am I able to call out to my friends as I do that?
Oh sure, yeah. Any call outs are perfectly fine.
Absolutely. I freed the way, friends.
Huzzah!
Oh, wrong.
All right. Yep, Kojor, it is your turn.
all around.
Will Kojor even fit in this tunnel?
It's pretty big.
Alright.
You could kind of do an army crawl. You're just not going to get the dexterity bonus.
Alright. Well, can I use my... I had 2 torches.
Mm-hmm.
Is the, do I still have the first one lit, or...
I would say your original one's still probably lit. I mean, you used it to light some candles, but otherwise it's still functional.
Can I use my torch to try to free the Thorin's mace?
Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll. For a torch, I'll let you use your regular stat, which is usually, I think, 3. So 3 dice.
3.
See if you hit anything.
I got 2 6s.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you slam your torch into one of these damaged plant elementals. It sends it kind of scattering into a bunch of ashes. It just burns away instantly. You did enough damage to it to completely kill it. The mace comes free right away, and other than being a little bit hot to the touch, no worse for the wear. It's that fine dwarven craftsmanship. I mean, you could roll a Mack truck over this mace and it'd probably still be fine. So it looks like, yeah, one of these things is pretty much burnt up, and with the 4 of them that are already burnt up on the floor, that makes a total of 5, and it looks like there's only 1 left. However, that 1 left is still attacking. At this point, angered at what just transpired, is going to go after Thorin the dwarf, assuming that the mace had something to do with the death of his friend. So I'm going to roll my 3 dice. I did get a 6. So I will be causing a damage to Thorin, and in addition to that, you're going to have to roll a Constitution check to see whether or not you take poison damage.
Awesome, man. Is that 3?
3 dice, but you do get +2 bonus to Constitution, as your memories were triggered of your fine dwarvish stoutness.
So good. I got 3 6s.
Yeah, this is nothing. Tis but a scratch. It's almost not even a damage. It's like 3/4 of a damage that you took, but you might as well mark it down as 1. So
Right.
you do take a damage this round. Additionally, during my round, you will see that the vines in this room are going to continue to kind of encompass the entire space. They have now almost completely blocked out the sun from the hole in the ceiling, and they're really tightening up the space. You might have only about 30 foot by 30 foot to move around in this broken down garden. At that point, we'll move back to Felwyn.
All right. I think at this point, Felwyn really has to like face her fear and maybe try to crawl through that hole.
It's gonna be tough, but yeah, certainly doable.
I don't see another way. At the
All right.
moment, at least.
So you're gonna try and escape through the root, the craggly root tunnel. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check to see whether or not you can make it through without getting snagged on a poisonous branch. So that would be 3 dice. Just let me know if you get any successes.
I got 1 success.
1 success. All right, that's
Yep.
enough. That's enough to block yourself from getting fully damaged. So your robe snags on one of these branches, but you're able to free it very carefully. As you almost start to hyperventilate from the walls closing in without scratching yourself, so you don't take any poison damage, and you make it through to the other side. As and or if the team joins you, I will go ahead and describe the next room. But for now, I think it's dark enough in there without a torch that you can't see much.
Okay.
Next.
I'm just gonna like look back through the tunnel and see where these guys are.
Sure. Next is Thorin. Thorin, your turn.
So I'm assuming I'm small enough to get through that hole into the tunnel.
It'll be a dex check. You're a little beefy. You got some roundness to the chest there. It's you got the dwarven barrel-chested stoutness. You can probably make it through, but you'd still have to roll a dexterity check just like anybody else.
Okay.
You said you got a 5? All right. Yep, you're able to make it through without snagging on anything. Most of these thorns aren't nearly long enough to make it through your chainmail anyway, so you're good to go with that. No problem. You make it to the other side, and although people tend to think that dwarves can see better in the dark, you can't make out much in this next room either, at least for the time being. Fiddle, it is your turn.
Fiddle's gonna follow suit. I'm crawling through the passageway with the branches.
All right, sounds good. That'll be a dex check for you.
That sweet +3. I got a 1, 5 at least, and a 6.
Nice.
2 6s and a 5.
Yeah,
Make sure I work of that.
You almost sprint down this little hallway that's kind of made for you. You end in a full figure 4 slide into home base. Not a problem. Just not a problem.
Jesus, I failed the save to not get terrified by my wife.
Hey, surprise rounds are a real thing. All right, Kojor, it is you and your torch left in this room. What are you up to?
Oh boy. Well, can I confirm that all of my pals have cleared the tunnel?
They've all crawled into the tunnel. You know at least that much.
Well, all right.
No, nobody's shouted out and said the water's fine. None of that yet.
All right. Well, if I don't know whether or not my friends are in the tunnel, I probably shouldn't try to torch all the branches in it. I'm just gonna go for it and try to crawl through.
All right, that'll be a dex check for you as well. It's just 3 dice.
Oh, I got 1 6.
You guys are killing it, man. Yeah, nobody took any damage going through that tunnel. As you make it to the other end of the tunnel, you kind of set it alight for everyone else since you're crawling with your torch. The vines and roots kind of grow in behind you, and although you see a very faint amount of light coming from the other side, you really can't see or hear anything else coming from that area. So, yeah, made it past the 3rd area. Nice. Your light illuminates a small room, maybe 20 feet by 20 feet. It is noticeably colder in here, and with the moisture in the air, you can start to see your breath. The sounds of dripping water echo down 3 separate hallways on the other cardinal direction walls of this room, each marked with a strange glyph on the nearby stonework. Next to the tunnel through which you came sits a large wooden cask marked with Dwarven runes. You are not in combat. There's no immediate threat. What are you guys going to do?
Dwarf, can you read these?
It's a good question. My mic actually, or my headphones actually cut out during the beginning of that, so I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, yes. So yeah, you're in a small room, maybe 20 by 20. You've come in to the south wall. On the north, east, and west walls, there are 3 other hallways that you can't really see to the ends of. In the room that you're in right now, there is a Dwarven cask. That's just a cask with Dwarven runes inscribed on it, just sitting there.
Cool. I'd like to find out if I can read those, because I think so. They're Dwarven runes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, give me an investigate roll.
Right. Apparently I can't read Dwarven, so...
Well, it's dark. You're reading them by torchlight.
That's an illiterate dwarf, so that's tight.
You don't recall exactly what these runes say, but looking at the cask, you do remember that it is yours. You left it here because it was unable to fit through the tunnel on your way into the dungeon. This is your cask of healing ale. You've got about a 6-pack left, so you've got 6 uses left in this, and each use will heal a single D6 to the player who drinks it.
About a 6-pack.
Sweet.
Damn. You think they carry that at 14-0?
Probably. It's usually on discount, I think.
That'd be great.
You gotta buy it out of season though.
Yeah.
God.
Is that where all those mini kegs go to die? I haven't bought one forever.
Probably. I forgot that was a thing.
It used to be Viking on King used to have a ton of those, and they were
Oh,
always
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got some for my bachelor party years ago, and it was the Fru Kolsch or the Reisdorf Kolsch, and man, it was minerally and flat.
Oh man,
Wonderful,
yikes!
but invigorating nevertheless.
Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, that sounds dwarvish though. Minerally, flat, invigorating.
Yeah.
Flat.
No, I'm totally into it.
I mean,
Dwarven Ale is just German cask beer.
Yeah, just
is it
room temp.
room approximately cellar temperature?
It's
Like-
got to be cellar. I mean, like if you think about it, a cellar's pretty high up for a dwarf. I mean, they got to go upstairs to get to a cellar. So we're talking limestone cavern chilled, full on Sam Calione stuff right here.
Oh, I'm about that.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Dwarves make lagers.
yep, you guys are
Drink lager.
relatively safe in this room currently, but still, again, trying to make it out of this dungeon alive. So, what are you doing next?
Well, you said there were some symbols around like the hallways.
Yes, each one of them has a glyph kind of inscribed into the
Okay.
stonework around the archway.
Can I check out the glyphs? I do have a book of arcane symbols, and maybe, I don't know, maybe that would like help me figure out what the glyphs are
Oh, sure.
somehow.
Yeah. So, for anybody who wants to, there's going to be two things available. If you want to look down a certain hallway, I will give you a small description. If you want to investigate the glyph, that's gonna if you succeed, you can get a little bit of a hint. And then if you want to actually search the hallway, that'll be a separate roll. So that's how we'll do that. So if you want to just pick one of the hallways, northeast or west, I'll get you started with at least a little bit of description.
Well, Felwyn remembers the symbol she saw on the back of the candlestick, the alcove, and maybe this is the eastern hallway, potentially. So I think I would start there. I want to take a peek down the eastern hallway.
All right. Since you mentioned that, remembering that glyph, as you get close to the eastern hallway, even before you get to the hallway itself, you notice that there is a slightly off-colored cobblestone set into the wall at about the location that arrow would have pointed to.
I guess I'm gonna.
Into this.
Can I investigate it or push it?
Absolutely, yeah. It wouldn't even take a roll. This is a hollowed out stone. You're able to claw away the facade, revealing a small nook that has a single scroll on the inside of it.
Ooh,
Shit.
I'll take that.
This scroll, really, once you touch this scroll, you remember getting your wizarding diploma, and it all comes rushing back to you.
Tight.
Yeah, fairly fortuitous that you were the one that found this. You remember that you are an elemental mage, and that in addition to your pouches of flame spray, you have a basic attack, which is orbs of lightning. Orbs of lightning will hit will hit up to 2 targets at the same time, each for 3 dice. So if you're in a room with a bunch of baddies, you can try to hit 2 at the same time. In addition to that, once you open up the scroll and consult your book of arcane runes, you realize this is a scroll of a very powerful spell. The spell is called Enlarge, and that's about as far as it goes as the description goes. It is up to the creativity of the wizard as to how they want to use that scroll. It is a one-time use though, so pick appropriately when you want to use that.
Okay.
Man, did you use that spell on me, and that's why I'm so damn big?
That would be funny. Like I did, but forgot. Like maybe I used up 2 scrolls.
Yeah, no, could be. Absolutely.
Or maybe Thorin's just a really tiny dwarf.
Yeah,
Like,
it could
really
be.
Gotta be it.
As you make it to the eastern hallway, and you look into the hallway itself. The hallway seems very well kept, and it's cut at very straight angles. A shadowy figure lies on the floor about a dozen yards down the hallway, but that's all you can see right now.
Okay. Hey, there's something on the ground over there. I can't really see it. It's way down this hallway.
Perhaps I could take a closer look.
Sneak on, man.
Yes.
Fiddle, you're gonna roll a
I
search.
would love to do that. Absolutely.
Sounds good.
I got 1 5 and another 5 and a 6.
Oh, all right, 3 successes. That's pretty good. You can see scrape marks in the dust that end in the lifeless body seen before. A devilish lad with reddish skin, horns, and a spiked tail. This is, or was, Ubex, a part of your adventuring group. With your other successes, you will be able to find a clutch of 3 additional arrows on Ubex, although it looks like his other items have been already looted.
Damn.
As you near his body, the voice of Vib'Bane echoes again throughout this hall. Your friend was brave, but I'm afraid backbone alone is not enough to challenge me. The laughter echoes throughout the hallway. It fades.
Why would the skeleton want any more backbones?
It's a good question.
Does anyone else need any arrows? I found a few more.
Yep, I think you're the only one with a physical
No.
ranged attack.
Well, finders keepers then.
Yeah.
My arms are
I do
long
believe I
enough that I
recognize this
can.
one.
I can just windmill and hit everybody. So
So, do you guys think you'll continue down this hallway, or are you wanting to check other
Perhaps we should
ones?
examine the others.
oh, a beast!
Oh, wild doggo appeared.
Roll surprise.
You guys think do you want me to check out one of the other hallways, or what do you guys think?
I mean, we could look down them all probably just to.
Yeah, for sure. Get a glimpse.
So I'll take a look at one of the other ones. We got the east one, and let's take a look down. Let's go west.
All right. This hallway is filled with glittering cobwebs. Again, searching the hallway and or investigating the glyph might turn up different info, but that's all you can see right now without going down the hallway itself.
I'm gonna go down the hallway and check it out.
All right. I admire your courage. It's nice.
That's bad.
So,
Big same.
no, I'm not actually gonna have to ask you to do any saves. The hallway, although the webs get thicker and thicker, ends in a solid iron-worked door that, from your perspective, seems to be locked.
Alright.
Kojor, are you doing anything?
Yeah, let me try to push that door open.
The locked one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said from his perspective it seems locked, but
Very true, very
I'm
true.
just a little dude, so
I'm real strong.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
Alright, so that's normally 3 and then I have +4.
Yep, you are strong enough to make that a 7 dice roll.
Alright, so far I got a 5 and a 6.
Well, that door's fucked.
And
pulls
2
it
more
off the
5s and 2 more 6s.
Okay, so we're talking.
I gotta be good at one thing.
Is that
Hey,
6?
that's what's up.
Is that 6 successes? Is that
Yes.
okay? Out of 7. Okay, so
You just Hulk the door off.
Yeah.
yeah, you walk up. Dwarf, stand aside. The door is in
What do you mean this
fact
is locked?
the door is in fact locked, but you wouldn't have known it as you rip the handle and lock mechanism straight off the door, and now there's a nice like hand-sized hole in the door, and it lazily kind of opens up after that. Now it's
Efficient
open.
Dungeoneering right there.
Yeah, that's your barbarian lockpicks is what we call that. Yeah. All right. So, anybody else doing anything else? What's the plan? It looks like we've got two different options at least.
Was that the Sean? Was that the western passageway? I got my graph paper out because I'm old school.
Yes.
If that's
Yep.
allowed.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
tell me
It's encouraged if you've got the graph paper. I wish I could offer you a
Oh,
bonus, but I'm not going to do that.
That's okay. I'm about it.
Besides east and west, do we know what's?
So
Yeah, what's-
No one has ventured to the northern passageway, I believe.
right, and you guys came from the south, so that
Right.
area is pretty much covered in with spiky roots and the beginnings of a large fire on the other end of a small tunnel.
Incidentally, that's my favorite Coheed and Cambria song.
Yeah, is that really the? I wouldn't know. It sounds plausible.
No, but their song names are all ridiculous.
So wait, I don't think I ever investigated the glyph, did I?
No, there's 3 glyphs actually, and none of
Okay.
them have been investigated.
Well, let me investigate the one, not the one that I checked out, but the other one where they just wrenched the door open.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
One, two, three, four. 4 successes.
Nice. This is an old form of Draconic, but your memory almost completely returned now. You're able to read it with ease. Even though this particular set of glyphs has a proper noun in it, this says Shelley's room.
Shelley's room.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if
Shelley.
Shelley is a spider.
Did you say spider?
Yes.
I'm afraid that you'll have to traverse that passageway without me. I have I'm not fond of things that crawl with 8 legs and 8 eyes,
Fair enough.
which is a real life phobia I have.
Interesting.
I don't even have to fake it.
How serendipitous. So you're okay with
Indeed.
lobsters. Lobsters are cool because the eyes. They only have the 2 eyes.
Oh, they're delicious, and they weren't clearly made by the devil.
Right.
They're not propelled necessarily by the same form of hydraulics, and
that means something.
they're so much less menacing, really.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any other roles they want to do here?
I don't know if I should because I haven't been very good at those rolls recently.
You just got to beat the law of averages,
fine.
man. I mean, the more dice you roll, the more 6s
True.
you'll eventually get. I mean, they can't all be 1s, surely.
Well,
Why don't... Thorn,
Now
are
that
you
you've
gonna
said
go?
that.
can I investigate one of the other hieroglyphs? Or the glyphs?
Sure. Yep. I think investigate for you is just 3 dice, but it's still perfectly possible you might know what the glyph says. Which
Find
hallway
out.
are you going to look at?
Your
Oh,
own
You
language.
just looked at. It's true. So, one investigated the west one. Is that right?
Yep.
I'm gonna check out that north one.
All right.
I got 1. I got a 5.
Nice. All right. This is a very simple one, and you're able to intuit it pretty quickly. This is the glyph for refuse. That's all it says. Getting that close to the door, you will also be able to at least look down the hallway, which glistens with a strange green-gray slime.
Gross.
Alright, so we got a hallway with our dead buddy in it. We have a hallway with a spooky spider potentially in it, and then a mysterious hallway full of slime.
Shelly? Well,
Options,
friends, I say that
options.
there's one way with the spider and one way with the dead man. I think we should go with the slime.
And strength doesn't help me that much with slime. I'm not very dexterous.
You can just use the door.
Got to remember all of our wild and crazy kids skills that we learned. All right, so if there's slime, depends on if it's pudding.
Or chocolate sauce.
Is it chocolate sauce? Do I have to find letters for something?
Exactly. They could be filming, something from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Passageway. We have no idea.
That's true. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother is down this hallway, almost certainly. I forgot. Omar Gooding. That's right.
Alright, I guess I'll investigate the slime hallway.
All right, yeah, give me a search roll if you're going to search that hallway. I think they're both the same for you. Either way, I think it's 3 dice.
Yep. No successes.
No successes? Yeah, nothing too remarkable. You look down the hallway, it's glistening, it's kind of smelly. You can't tell what's down there. It takes kind of like a sharp left turn. That's about all that you can intuit.
Shit. Perhaps I can take a closer look with my special eyes.
You can certainly give it a try.
I'd love to. I got 3 5s, and I got 4 5s. Out of 7.
Alright.
6 rather.
You don't learn much more than Kojor, although with your stature being so much closer to the ground, you do notice that there are certainly no footprints anywhere in this slime on the floor of this hallway.
Ooh, I'll share that with everybody. Doesn't seem that there's anyone has gone either way down this passage. There are no footprints.
So that's probably not the exit.
Nobody wants to go down this smelly,
Indeed.
slimy garbage hall.
It is true. I have heard tell of strange wizards using horrible creatures to clean up things.
So there might be like the dungeon Roomba is back in here somewhere.
Yeah.
More like the roll to accidentally get caustic inside your kind of situation.
Yeah, this is absolutely. Yeah, there's a strange. It's very slippery.
That's all I
It's like
gotta
a
say
kind of
about
a weird fishy looking smell. Yeah, this is the
Oh,
caustic
God.
hallway for sure.
Oh, that is what it smells like, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
Ugh. Ugh.
Hmm.
No. Our dead friend doesn't have much to say either, but,
Well, someone didn't want him going in that direction. Maybe that is the direction we should go.
or coming.
Or coming.
Can we tell which way he's oriented? Like, or is he just like literally like the forklift from that stupid Austin Powers movie where he's like directly in the center of all
The 500 point turn.
perpendicular to the passageway. Yeah.
As you look back to see, he's gone. His body is no longer there.
The Roomba!
How did we miss it?
Oh fuck. Friends, it seems that our fallen companion has disappeared. Did anyone walk out of this way while I was otherwise indisposed? Anyone see anything
I don't think so.
suspicious?
I don't think so.
I have an idea. Is there any like rocks or like loose gravel or flagstone or anything on the floor in the room?
You could probably find some, especially since Felwyn kind of crumbled that rock facade from that secret hidey hole.
Oh, yeah.
You can find a couple of pebbles, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pocket those perhaps for future. You never know when you need pocket sand, really.
Yeah.
But I would like to fire an arrow directly down this passage and see what happens.
The slimy one or the
eastern one with the now missing corpse,
Gotcha.
I believe.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. We'll see whether or not you hit anything meaningful just off a basic attack here.
Okay. I rolled a single 5.
5 will be enough. Your arrow sails down the hallway maybe 50 feet. Nothing quite happens on its way, but as soon as it hits the ground, you hear some springs snap into motion, and a bit of dust comes up as spikes exit the walls from a very ancient trap and slowly start to retract.
Well, I think I know what happened to our friend.
Seems.
Spikes coming out of the walls. Wonderful trap. Classic.
Oh yeah, what's the glyph over this hallway say? Can I read it?
If you can investigate it, sure.
Two successes.
Yeah, in the same language, these glyphs say danger, traps.
It is a trap.
Very timely bit of knowledge, that.
You know, better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Too focused on the goblet earlier to read it.
All right.
Well, I think I want to investigate more down the western hallway is where Shelley's room is.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I investigate that hallway?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a search roll. Yeah, I think this is the first time anybody's actually searched that. Somebody walked to the end of it and busted the door up, but...
Ripped the door off. I got 1 success.
What door?
You go back to the western hallway, now a bit more cautious because there's kind of a missing body around. So as you slowly investigate and look around, you realize that the cobwebs in this hallway are blown by a slight breeze.
That could be our way out.
Excuse me.
Well, Fiddle, you can stand behind me if you want, but I think I want to head down that way.
Oh yes, I would yes, happily. But could we perhaps use the torch to burn these cobwebs out of the way? Yes.
Just to make you feel
Yeah.
better.
This coat is well newer than most of the things that I have. Of course, I would prefer not to tarnish it before we've escaped this dungeon.
Which direction are the cobwebs blowing?
They are blowing in towards the room itself. So, yeah, towards the direction that you came from.
All right.
Coming from Shelley's room.
It seems so.
Let's meet Shelley.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I hope she's hot.
I'm gonna enter Shelley's room, I think.
Okay.
She's probably got legs.
Does she know how to use them?
Does she? We're about to find out, I suspect.
All right. As you walk down the hallway, using your torch to burn away some of these cobwebs, a little bit of kind of glittery dust starts to kick up as they burn up. Kojor, you're realizing as you're burning these, your eyes are getting a little bit irritated by this. Just like a little fiberglassy, not anything too crazy. But
Oh god.
as long as you guys are all going to Shelley's room, we can move over there. So, silvery webs cover every inch of this room, blanketing the walls and sticking to your feet as you walk. Tightly wrapped cocoons hang from the ceiling, no doubt housing long desiccated corpses of birds and bats.
my god, I hate Shelly.
In the corners of the room, you can make out bigger cocoons, some well over 5 feet tall. In the center of the space, a gigantic spider lies on its back in a puddle of thick black goo, its 8 spear-like legs curled in towards its body. Behind this hideous centerpiece sits a heavy iron door. An open slot just big enough for a pair of eyes is cut into this door 5 feet off the ground, allowing an eerie wind to whistle through the room. Kojor, a slow itch creeps into all of your exposed skin, intensifying into an annoying burning sensation.
Damn it.
It's
well-
nothing more than that yet.
Kojo, are you feeling okay? You seem to be scratching.
I am pretty allergic to silver, so if y'all know any pawn shops that take silver, start scooping up these webs.
Interesting. Silver, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the... Was there mention of that cask? What does that cask do that you found, Thorin?
That gave me 6-pack of healing.
I got to copyright that for my brewery, by the way. 6-pack.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Yeah, write that down.
Yep.
Well, I think I have it, so sorry, man.
Oh man, possession, 9/10 of the law. I can't say anything about it.
Fighter dwarf.
Yeah, burn.
Just mail your character sheet to yourself, right? I think that's what you do.
Okay. That there is precedent for that in court. I'm sure that's happened before. But I have my character sheet. It's right here.
I wrote it on graph paper.
That's a nice map.
Yeah, actually.
Thank you. I can't read any of my handwriting. Dead tiefling, refuse, and Shelly.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Can we
Well, it seems perhaps we have come this way. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
can we investigate Shelley's remains?
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
I got nothing.
Nothing's not nothing. At least in this investigation, you creep up slowly to this hulking mammoth of a spider. You get close to one of its legs and kind of cautiously bend your head a little bit closer. A small twitch in one of the legs sends you back, and you land flat on your ass. But
Oh man.
and you will take a damage for that. But as you lay on the ground, you realize that next to you is a glowing red battle axe, completely covered in goo and silvery webs. It looks like it was discarded here after the battle that slayed this giant spider.
Damn.
Mm. Can I use my torch to burn off those webs?
You can certainly try.
Do that.
Yeah. The webs will start to burn very slowly. They're a lot thicker here than they were in the hallway coming in. As your torch starts to free the axe, the silence in the room is shattered by a distant, blood-chilling scream that echoes from the direction of the metal door. After a tense pause, you now hear a strange scraping, like fabric slowly ripping. As you turn to see what made the sound, you notice the floor in the far corner of the room distort and blur, almost as if it's moving. Another ominous rip echoes off the wall to your left. These masses of matted webs aren't leftovers. They're egg sacs, and they are hatching. As you look around, nearly 20 dog-sized spiderlings are crawling towards you.
Fuck that.
And I think that
Shelly.
that is
Oh my.
that is a great place for us to take our break. So we're gonna go ahead and take our halfway
Hell
break.
Yes.
I'd say for the next couple of minutes, if anybody needs to take a restroom break, go ahead and do that. After we come back, we'll be able to interact with the Twitch chat a little bit maybe, and hopefully talk about some beers or some other exciting news. I mean, it was just Halloween. I don't think any other news has happened since Halloween, so mostly probably just Halloween and beer news.
Yeah. Nothing.
But we'll go ahead and go to intermission. Take 5, take 6, and then when we get back, I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna be asking you about what you guys are brewing nowadays and what's exciting on the horizon at you guys' breweries. So stay
Love
tuned.
to talk about that.
Stay tuned, Twitch viewers, and we will be back in 5.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm not just, being a crazy person.
Gotcha.
All right.
The noise
If you say so.
isn't too loud either.
Hello, Twitch. We are back here with the brewers that are playing tonight. We got time for about a 15-minute break to chat. So, first questions first. I'm curious. What are you guys drinking tonight?
Over here, I am drinking Clear Sky Lemon Meringue and the dregs of a Corona Light bottle at dinner.
Yeah, and
Pleasure.
I've got to say congrats to Francis on your GABF win. Great to see people bringing gold back to Ohio.
Yeah.
I brewed these smoked lager. It wasn't the gold. We got a bronze for that. I mean, I firmly believe this is the year of Rauch beer, but like we haven't got a lot of time left. So
If there's a year of Rauch beer, I'm into that, and I hope it's 365 days. I'm the only one of my friend group that loves Rauch beer. So glad to hear that there's other people in Columbus that like it.
Well, then we all need to hang out, huh?
There are dozens. There are dozens of us.
Yeah, there's
Half of
there's
us are right here.
tens of people around this great nation of ours.
I was gonna say like half of them are currently in this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, Rob, you brew a Rauch beer, right?
Yeah, we made one last fall.
I remember it being pretty good.
It turned out good. It lasted.
It was good.
Yeah, as Rauch beers will.
To do.
Yeah, Rauch beers will wind up lasting a while.
As is tradition.
Yeah. Rob, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm actually drinking some of my Märzen. So Sana.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's good medicine.
It is good.
Feels festive right now. So.
Absolutely.
You guys have some of the best design in the city of Columbus.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell Chelsea that.
Absolutely
Yeah,
love
and
it.
I have to say I love your new shirts.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we just
Hellas,
got these.
the Hellas reel with the red H that's exactly like it is on the billboards. That's real classy.
God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even figured that out if you didn't point that out, Sean.
Yeah, I'm definitely I gotta pick one of those up for sure.
Oh, we just got them in, man. We got them at the bar.
It's too great. Kayla, what about you? What are you drinking?
I'm double fisting. I'm finishing a Jagged Edge. This is like I think the newest IPA that we've put out at BrewDog. I like it a lot. I'm not usually a fan of IPAs, but it's 5% and nice and bitter, and the package is cool. It's
Nice.
like shiny and matte and
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that yet.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It reminds me of Alanis Morissette a lot, though. So that's
JLP.
but that's whatever.
Listen, that's a great album.
the-
Channel it if you can. I mean, I would buy anything with Alanis Morissette on it. Just
Yeah. You know, Flea played bass on that record.
I do know that. Yeah.
Oh my
Good to
god.
know. Good to know. On deck, though, I'm drinking actually a Munich Helles. So I just went and did a collaboration with Sonder down in Cincinnati or in
Awesome.
Mason, I guess. Beautiful brewery, really cool crew, and this beer is like my happy place. It's really, really good.
That's
Damn,
awesome. I'm gonna
that
have to
sounds
check them
tasty.
out. All right. What about you, Zane? What are you drinking?
So I'm also double fisting. Finishing up the Noctera 3.14159. So they made
Ooh.
this for the Bexley Brew Fest, which we got to be a part of too.
Oh, cool.
It's an amber cherry sour.
Ooh,
Delicious.
Nice.
And
Nocterra makes some good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really great stuff.
Yeah, they've got some unsung hero, like super flavorful beers up there that are flying under some people's radars. But yeah, I like what they're doing for sure.
Absolutely. And then on deck we've got Two Tones, about a month hazy IPA that's infused with a spicy pineapple.
Oh man,
got like a nice little tingle on the back of the throat, but a little bit of a tropical punch to it. I'm not big on like hazy IPAs, but if you throw some spice in there, I'm good.
I am a huge fan of About a Month.
Really interesting.
And yeah, I'm a huge fan of pineapple-y hazies in general. It's
a good one.
I wasn't sold on hazy IPAs for the longest time, and then I went down to Listerman and had an IPA they had called Hop's Gonna Give It to You. And it was just giant pineapple bomb, and I was just in heaven. I was like, this is not, I don't know if this is beer, but whatever it is, it's great. And I could not stop drinking it, so.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Those guys are a riot, too.
Yeah.
We've also got a mango and a peach infusion, too, but the spicy pineapple does it for me.
Nice. How do you guys do that in, like, pins, or did you actually ferment on some puree, or?
So all of these were added like post-firm and everything, and just infusion of single kegs.
Oh, gotcha. Nice. Cool.
Zane, how many barrels is your system?
It is a 5-barrel system split into two 2.5-barrel systems. So we've got 2 boil pots and 2 mash tunes, and it's a pain in the ass. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be
It's
fun.
actually what's behind me right here. You can see some of it.
Oh, very cool. That's the Psycho Brew kit, right?
It's the same thing that Craig from Sideswipe started on.
Oh, nice.
Craig's a good dude.
He's awesome.
He is.
Love Craig.
He's been a
Sideswipe guys are awesome. Excuse me.
I've got this very fancy glass from Ohio Pint Day, which is kind of glowing the green screen. But yeah, that I was able to snag last time I was at Two Tones. I've got the latest edition of our Session Stout. Tentatively, I'm calling this one Dark Vision. It has a connection to one of the characters, actually. So the characters you guys are playing are the mascots that I have for my brewery. Each one's going to be connected to different types of events. Generally, Fiddle Frog Feather, a little trickster like a halfling, is going to be there for like cosplay events and gaming and stuff like that. Kojor is kind of our stalwart moral compass when it comes to like donating and volunteering our time to help worthy causes. Felwyn is there to help people learn how to brew. She's going to be there whenever we have little events that teach people things. And Thorin is kind of the heart of the brewery. So when it comes to like talking about ingredients and all that kind of stuff, Thorin's center stage. And this is his favorite beer. The cask that you found would probably be filled with something like this. It's super crushable, 4.5%, just chocolatey. It's kind of exactly what you want in a low body stout. It's not going to totally overwhelm the palate. But I also just did a version of this aged on whole Sumatra beans that turned out really, really good too. I think maybe somewhere around a half a pound per barrel, and after a day, it was just perfect. So. If you guys ever want to, yep, absolutely. So,
interesting.
I mean, we got some people here that make some good coffee beers. So you know, I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I'm dipping a toe into brewing some coffee beers.
It's
dude, coffee and beer is an interesting combination that I never played. Probably would never have drank until I got this job.
Yeah.
Daybreak used to be like once a year when I started. It was like super special.
Crazy.
Wow.
And now it's like, you know, pins, orders, like kegs plural of it, even during the pandemic.
Wow. Yeah, I think the first time I tried coffee and a beer, I think it was espresso oak aged Yeti, and it was like such a fork and knife beer. I was like, dude, I could drink this like over the course of a day, maybe, with like if I had help. Like. It came in a bomber, and it was
beer.
It was one of those, you know, 600-700 calorie beers. Yeah, absolutely. So, but it was a great treat. Like once a year, you huddle up around a fire, like early December, just start sipping on it. But yeah, I'm glad coffee and beer has become more of a thing. It's especially in light beers like Clear Sky. I mean, it's such an interesting flavor to bounce off of grain and a little bit of bitterness, and it absolutely works. It absolutely works.
I mean, it's so bizarre. Like, you know, I love to, you know, when I brew, go through the process. I always taste the grain, even if it's, you know, the just avant-garde two-row that I've used a billion times, and smell it and taste it and through the process, and, you know, throughout fermentation. But when it goes into the bright with the coffee and vanilla, it just becomes its own thing. And it's like, it's kind of frustrating because I'm that kind of brewer that, like, I really like, especially lagers when they're still green and they just are nice and crackery and malty, and like the hops are there. It's not carbonated, but it's really good. And then it goes in the bright tank, and I'm like, I hate it. It tastes like shit. And then like 2 months later, I'm like, okay, all right, okay, it's good. It's all right. It's good.
It's back in my good graces. Yeah.
It's frustrating. I have to remind myself it's not quite done.
Absolutely. Anything else on the horizons at you guys' breweries that you guys want to talk about? Something you're excited about to come out? Anything like that?
We put our tent up outside, our heated tent.
Oh, nice.
We put the walls up.
Oh yeah,
week.
We're looking into that too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Highly recommend it. It definitely.
Did you guys put that on that street towards Parsons?
No, this is actually out back in our.
Oh no shit! Okay, in the beer garden.
In the back patio.
Okay.
And then we'll put walls up probably at the end of next week when it's supposed to start getting like actually cold, I think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
like they're like little flaps or whatever, and then we've got heaters and stuff under there. So it trying to get ready for the winter, make things comfortable for people.
I can walk to you guys. I'm gonna have to stop by.
Oh, definitely, please do. Gotta get a new shirt.
Gemüt's hosting the next round,
do.
right?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
I said Gemüt's hosting the next round, right?
Oh shit, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm always down.
I would absolutely be down to do this again for sure, as long as you guys are having fun.
Yeah, dude, I love role-playing games. I play in a regular group all the time, so this is.
I play on Mondays and Fridays. This is just like a treat.
Is it halfway in the middle of two other groups?
Oh.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we have a good.
First one.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Kayla. I'm glad you showed up. Hopefully you're having fun. Yeah, it's great to see that we have different amounts of experience levels, and really role-playing games is really just about having fun, telling stories, and rolling some dice. Hopefully kicking some butt in some very cool ways. But I wanted this series of one-shots to showcase the fact that like beer and D&D just have always gone so well together. And
I mean, it's literally how Gemüt, like the idea fomented
nice
at a D&D table.
Yeah, obviously myself, Burning Hands Brewing Company. There's going to be a heavy role-playing theme at pretty much everything we do. It's in our core values to connect everything to role-playing on some level or another. So absolutely.
For what it's worth in that regard, Sean, the guys at Little Fish, well, at least Sean at Little Fish, and can't remember the names of which guys, but the fellas down in Kentucky at Braxton are also some big D&D folks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and I saw a video recently that was showcasing the guys at Three Floyds all play together on a pretty regular basis at I think the owner's house or the head brewer's house or something. So.
Damn.
It's part of the culture on some level. I'd love to bring it to the masses and bring it to a more inclusive space as well, because I think it's just so fun.
Yeah.
Other than beer, anything you guys want to talk about as far as like, let's say Halloween? Did you guys have a good Halloween? I don't know if you guys celebrate Halloween. For me, it's probably the coolest holiday out of the year because there's like horror movies and candy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of horror.
I actually have had. I'm recovering from COVID, so I didn't do shit for the last 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh! I hope you're okay.
And yeah, no, I'm good. I had mild symptoms. Like I'm gonna pop into work tomorrow and Friday, and then I'm back in full swing on Monday. But
wow.
I watched a couple of horror movies by myself, and my wife worked from home, and You know, it wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, but you know, it was still spooky.
It
Yeah.
sounds like it could be spooky. Francis, do you have a favorite horror movie?
The John Carpenter's The Thing.
Good one.
Classic.
Keep going back to it.
John Carpenter's got to be my favorite director of all time.
He's great. Not very good at making music, but I'm about it.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. There was a problem in my earphones. Didn't hear that insult.
Well, you don't like 3 things on the 3 notes, and then never mind.
Man, if you only need
That's
3,
a good one.
if you only need 3.
It still creeps me out every time I watch that movie.
Yeah. Anybody else have a favorite horror movie they want to talk about?
Well, I think we watched Chopping Mall. I don't know if you've seen
Oh
Chopping Mall.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I like
I don't know
bad
if I
old
like
horror
it.
movies.
That's classic, and that's one of those movies that it's not going to age well because there's kids growing up now that don't have malls, but that mall was perfect. It just looked so much like
Well, it
Sony
was,
malls.
I think it was the Mall of America.
I think they
recognize it because it's the one from D2, the Mighty Ducks, the second one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
I knew it instantly.
Yeah. It's got such a hack and slash type of a title, but that movie secretly mostly about robots. So
yeah, it's all lasers. There's no chopping.
There's no chopping
it's
at
just
all.
Laser beams.
All lasers.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, a rogue security robot just starts like killing everybody.
Yeah,
It's
just super good at it too.
state-of-the-art
Just really
security
good at
That's
it.
robot.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love
It's
that.
great. I think it's like 84,
I gotta
85
write
or
that
something.
down.
Yep.
It's on Shudder, I think.
it's a good one.
Chopping Mall.
Kayla, you got a favorite? I'm not sure if you're.
That was robots from Wally's parents.
Oh, could be.
I think my favorite scary movie has got to be 28 Days Later, because it's like
Oh yeah.
it's so
It's the best zombie
scary.
movie.
Yeah.
It's just good on all fronts. And it has like kind of a happy ending, so you're not like totally devastated at the end. But Zane and I guess we haven't mentioned this yet. Zane and I are married. Hooray.
my wife.
That's me. So we watch a lot of dumb, scary movies together year round, and this past weekend we watched Moose, the movie, and it was tight. It was about a spooky, like, moose spirit that was trampling people to death in Alaska.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good. So check it out on Amazon Prime. It's worth the, like, 2 hours of your life you'll never get back.
Awesome. Yeah, I might have
Moose.
scrolled past that without a glowing review like that, so I'm gonna have to look into it.
Great.
So about it.
It's kind of like a druid vibe, sounds like, like to tie it into D&D.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Avenging forest spirit.
Yeah. Just like, it's uncaring, it's just like nature, man.
There you go. Zane, we didn't hear from you. Any favorites as far as horror movies go?
I always loved the Friday the 13th series.
Yes.
Like I watched those as a kid, and it was just so satisfying to see them get like worse and worse, but more ridiculous.
Yep.
But I'm also really big into like the bad newer horror movies. I guess I guess it wasn't a horror movie, but Spaghetti Man is one that we watched.
Yes.
Spaghetti man or van?
Spaghetti Man. So like a dude gets a superpower where he can shoot spaghetti like Spider-Man, and he uses it for evil.
I love that. I had spaghetti for dinner tonight.
I also had spaghetti for dinner. This is weird, man.
Oh, man.
Nothing. No powers yet.
So is it sauced? Is the spaghetti sauced, or is it just noodles?
It's like slightly sauced. It's like American style. If you put the sauce on top and you don't mix it in, so
Okay.
it's just like sauce.
Wow.
So he like shoots it out, and it's got sauce like neatly on top of this flying pile of spaghetti. That's
Right,
cool.
and it can take people down, but then he starts demanding money from the people he saves. So
It's a racket. It's a spaghetti racket.
basically the story of capitalism told by Spaghetti Man.
Oh, great.
I mean, it checks out.
And you saw that that was at Cannes or IFC or
That was
I think it was Sundance.
at Sundance?
that was also Amazon Prime.
It turns out Amazon Prime is a goldmine for like B horror movies.
Oh man, there's some great ones out there. I forget the title, and I hate to say that and talk about it, but there was a movie I saw very recently. I don't think it was on Amazon Prime. It was on something like Shout Factory or maybe Shudder or something. But it was a movie about a vegetarian restaurant owned by these two brothers. But it turns out these two brothers are just like trained in the occult by their uncle, who's dead, but his brain lives in a jar, and their restaurant tells them to kill people and make them into the food. So it's like vegetarian, but it's all the food is 100% humans, and they try to raise some ancient demon in the middle of a rock concert at a place that looks like suspiciously like the Newport or something. It's one of the most ridiculous movies. It's called like Blood something. There you go, Blood Diner. Somebody mentioned it in the Twitch chat. Blood Diner.
Blood Diner.
It is one of the.
Check that out.
I while watching that movie jumped out of my chair and shouted yes and just started going yes, like everything is so great. Check out Blood Diner if you can.
God. I love it.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Final topic before we get back to the game. So speaking of beer and RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that, I don't know if you guys have any favorite beer content that you guys consume, like either on YouTube or things like that, or maybe gaming content, RPG things on Twitch or things like that. Does anybody have anything like that?
Personally, go for it, Kayla.
I really love Pellicle magazine. I think right now they're all an online format, but it's like beer, wine, and travel, I think. But their articles are all really interesting. They're based out of London, but they talk about beer from all over the world, and their writers that they pull from are all super diverse. So all kinds of different people and all different walks of life. So yeah, check out Pellicle Mag on Twitter and Facebook and other places on the internet.
Awesome.
They're great.
Sweet.
Anybody else have any good suggestions?
I like Worst Beer Blog and Wort Wrangler on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's probably
shout out to Don't Drink Beers.
yeah.
Another really good one.
Beer
If you like
media.
pop punk and the Midwest and beer.
Most of the beer media I consume at this point is mostly shit posting, I think.
Yeah. There's a point at which you get nearly as bitter as the hops that you use, and it's most of what you can do.
There's a guy on Reddit called the Barley Wine Heckler. Like, I can't tell if he's a
Fuck that
god
guy.
or like a terrifying person.
My,
But his
Second
description
one.
of how you brew beer is maybe like the funniest, longest comment on the internet I've ever read in life.
my little caveat with that is we finally brewed a barley wine here at Two
Yeah.
Tones, and I've been pushing to call it the Heckler for that reason, because of that dude.
Oh my god. That dude's gonna try and get royalties, I bet.
I'll fight him. It's fine.
Saying
That's
it's
funny.
you have to tell me if it's you.
I mean, he posted a video. It's not me.
It's
All
not
right,
him.
all right.
It's definitive. I
He
mean,
does,
We're like
Right,
anonymous.
he's like a bearded brewer dude, but not definitely.
that narrows it right down.
So it could be any of you guys.
You never know.
I don't think I drink enough to behave like that.
There are many. We are the Heckler.
Yeah, it's not.
Rob, is that Sam Squanch behind
This
you?
is Sam Squinch. He's clawing the shit out of this chair.
I'm sure people.
You actually name your cat that because that's awesome.
His name's Sam, but we call him Sam Squinch.
Sam Squanch. There you go.
I'm sure the Twitch chat would love to hear about Sam Squanch.
He's pretty great. He's a little needy, but he's cool.
Nice.
He certainly seems to like attention.
He does. And I just made the mistake of giving him some.
You've cursed yourself.
Yeah. He's my animal familiar. this evening.
Nice. Hey, and you just happen to be
There you
the wizard, so you get a bonus there.
Hi.
I'll let you
That's
know.
bonus XP.
I'll let you know about the bonus after the session. So.
Okay.
Before we get back, any thoughts on the session? Hopefully you guys are liking it so far, but yeah, what do you guys think you're gonna do about this room full of spiders, man?
To get spooky, I need a refill. So
Let's get. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Now's
I'm gonna
now's
have
the
a mild
time.
Meltdown. In
Right.
character, perhaps.
Hey, the
We're
more
gonna kill him. You know,
meltdowns in character, the better.
Extermination.
Absolutely.
I want to shout out to Rob for not trying out to be out here metagaming about that.
I'm sorry, I missed that because my internet connection just died for a second.
Oh, I was just gonna say shout out to you, man, for not trying to metagame. You know,
Oh, hey man,
that's how we're doing.
I like role playing is fun. You gotta play the role, right?
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
Exactly. You
claustrophobic
gotta get in the shoes.
elf girl who is a wizard apparently. So that's the mentality I'm trying to bring to the table, so to speak.
About it. Also, Sean, I do like the super old school feel of that.
Me too.
I kind of thought we would be doing like some 5e shit, which is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like this has like a super like labyrinth lord or like
or like a DCC or something.
Yeah.
Right?
exactly. I love it.
Yeah,
Fan of
same.
DCC. Yeah, this. I mean, I'm a fan of Theater of the Mind in general, but I think it just lends itself better to newer players and to seeing it on Twitch. I didn't have the money for cameras to set up little miniatures and maps and stuff, so some of it's
You
just
just
cost
have like
saving.
$6,000 for the dwarven pieces. and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool,
Actually, I think Francis, if you drew that map, that's
Yeah.
probably the most detailed map that's been drawn of this particular dungeon. It's literally all just notes on my end.
Here you go, guys.
There you
I
go.
write in cursive. Deal with it.
That's
And then
that's
here's the movie recommendations, everyone.
it's way better than mine.
Oh, very nice. No, I
Yeah,
like
you
it.
can read your handwriting, those.
Sort of.
Ubex, that was the guy's name. I was like, was it
Ubex.
Yeah.
Jublex? That's the slime demon or whatever.
I feel like
I got you,
Bowen
man.
maybe had a crush on Ubex, but forgot, and now she remembers, and she's super bummed.
That could
Because
be.
now he's-
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
that's lore. That's
Lore,
canon.
yeah.
We're world
We're building the world right now. So
I carry the backstory.
for those people that are just signed in to the Twitch chat, yeah, we're not using Dungeons and Dragons rules right now. I would absolutely recommend going out and playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I think it's great. I think it's great for beginners. You level up to a point where you feel like you're doing something unique pretty quick, and especially if you have a good DM, there's some really good adventures out there for it. So no knocking on current D&D. But yeah, we're using kind of a different rule system. It's based on just some D6s that you can find at your local casino or around your house or any of that kind of stuff. And I think it's been working out so far. And yeah, like you guys said, trying to get more of an old school feel. I started playing Dungeons and Dragons, I think, back in the 90s at some point. Started in on 2nd edition AD&D, and most of it was just Theater of the Mind. I've been getting into the miniatures and stuff lately, but yeah, it can be cumbersome and stuff. So, especially, it can be a little gatekeepy too sometimes. So I like having something that's more open to pretty much anybody with a pen and paper and maybe the know how to roll a 6-sided dice can show up and play.
Yeah. I like I really like the degrees of success style.
Yeah.
Like, where you have
Yeah.
like several a dice pool with successes. I think that's better than just like succeed or fail. It's more like compelling.
Right.
I think.
One of my favorite things about using dice pools of D6 is if you're using a 20-sided die, there's always a 5% chance you'll roll a 1, and 1s are always a miss. But if you get smarter or stronger and you add more and more dice to your dice pool, like so Kojor, you're rolling 7 dice on a strength check, the chances of all those dice coming up 1 starts to really, really shrink. So if you can really, you can showcase mastery, you can kind of grow past a point where, like, trying to think about somebody like Yoda rolling a 1 on a lightsaber check. You're like, he probably wouldn't do that. He'd probably have like, he'd probably have like 20 D6, and he'd be like, well, most of them are 6s. Like, so there's something about dice pools that always appealed to me. But obviously, you know, different strokes for different folks, and the D20s work just fine at telling great stories. some of the best D&D stories are epic fails and misses on natural ones. So
Oh yeah.
Totally.
hard to discount those.
Well,
You
and I
can't
will
eliminate
say,
the fumbles entirely.
Right.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm only good at strength rolls, and everything else is like, sorry guys. I will say, Sean, I was super intimidated about coming in and playing a role-playing game for the first time, especially online live, but this is super fun. I feel like I'm
Awesome.
learning a lot, and you know, the more I drink, the more fun it is.
See,
But,
yeah, that's also a core tenet of role-playing games.
what's that?
As is tradition.
That's also a core tenet of role-playing games. It tends to happen
Good,
at most
good.
tables. Certainly not for everybody. I mean, I love the idea of people under the age of 21 getting started with role-playing games, and for those people,
Yeah.
no, beer not an option, not a good place to be. But as soon as you turn 21, beer and board games, beer and role-playing games turns out to be a good combination.
Play RPGs in Canada then.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Exactly.
Those are actually called RPGAs, though. I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Oh my god.
On that
That was
note,
pretty good.
always in on strong jokes. So let's go ahead and go back into our session. So we're all seated. We got beer refills. We're good to go to fight our way through this next room. So when we left off, there was a blood-curdling scream from somewhere deeper in, or I guess out of this dungeon. And at about that time, while Kojor was trying to free a large, seemingly glowing battle axe from these silvery webs,
I really want that axe.
the rest of the webs have started to rip
Yes.
open, and we've got 10, maybe 15 small, let's say like cocker spaniel sized spiderlings that are coming for you. So
Dear God.
we're back in it, and let's roll initiative. Let's.
Oh, 1.
I got a 5.
I rolled a 7
got
on my
6
d6,
over
so I
here.
think that means I get to go first, right? Okay, I'm not cheating. I mean, you guys can't see my rolls, but that's definitely what happened. All right, Felwyn, what
I
did you
feel
get?
it.
I got a 1.
Ooh, okay. Fiddle, how about you?
I got a 6.
Oh, 2 ends of the spectrum there. Kojor.
5.
All right, nice. And Thorin.
Got 5 on it.
Nice.
Oh, I love that song so much.
I got 5 on it.
DJ at my wedding wouldn't play that, and I almost fired him on the spot.
What a strange story.
Yeah, I can tell later. You can ask my wife. He would not. Reason.
That seems kind of rude to do at someone's wedding.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Not play
he
that
asked me
song.
for songs to play, and it was on my list. And then people requested it, and he wouldn't. He was terrible, DJ.
Yeah, that sounds pretty shitty.
Spotify's way better.
You got like 1.5 jobs. You play songs. I mean,
I know.
it's a wedding,
Just-
DJ. God.
Just play it. Just play it. Anyway, sorry.
All right, so we're gonna start off with me here. Let me pull up the stats for these little spider guys. Oh yeah. There, like I said, there's about 15 of them. They're moving in groups of 5. Looks like 5 of them have made it up to you guys at this point. Everyone's gonna get attacked once. These guys are a little bit less gruesome than the plant elementals, but man, with this many of them, they're certain to do some damage. All right, so let's see. I'll start off with Thorin. He's the hardest to hit. No 6s. You are missed. Kojor, I think you have an armor class of 5. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Let's try to hit you. Again, no 5s or 6s. All right, Fiddle. I don't think you've been attacked yet. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 4,
All right, let's see
and I
if I
have
can't.
not been attacked.
Let's see if we can't get any 4s. A 3 and a 1. These spiders are not great. Felwyn, what's your armor class?
Only 3.
All right, so let's see if they can tear through your wizard's robes. I did get a single hit on you.
All right.
And there's a 5th spider. Let's see, who's the lucky person that gets the 5th? I think they're looking at you, Fiddle. You've been unscathed too long, so...
Fiddle's like,
oh, a 5 and a 6, so that's 2 hits on you.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's gonna do it.
Let's see here. So, in addition to that, a couple of these spiders in the background are starting to spray little silvery bits of webs at your guys' feet. The first person that's going to be hit is going to be Thorin. Thorin, you've got to give me a strength check, and if you don't get any successes, you are stuck in place for the time being.
Oh, cool. So that would be what?
Three dice, unless you have any bonuses in strength, which I don't think you do, and you're just looking for 5s and 6s.
Here we go. Got 1 5.
All right, you're able to pull yourself free of this of the web before it sticks you to the ground, and that's the spiders. Fiddle, you are up first.
Ooh boy, you know what? I'm gonna absolutely stab the closest spider to me in the face if I can. I hate its horrible face.
Okay.
I got a single 1-5.
You got a 5? That's enough. These guys
I did.
only have 1 hit point. They're essentially newborns. You're able to stab right through the face. Some blackish,
stab that baby.
Some blackish goo comes out as one of its 8 eyes kind of pops out of the socket, and it slumps to the ground, no longer alive.
Nice.
Thank God.
Kojor, I think you're up next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like do a sort of windmill action with my axes and
All right, so
see what happens.
you're dropping the torch where it lies, and you're picking up the dual wielding axes here.
Yep.
Sounds
That's
good.
What's happening.
Edward Hatchet hands.
I got 2 6s and a 5.
Pretty good. You're able to cleave one of these small little spiderlings just straight in half. Didn't stand a chance. You could probably put this on a grill and sell it at some high-class restaurant at this point. All right, Thorin, you are up.
My mace, can I just kind of swing it and try to hit multiple at once?
I will let you try, but you're gonna need at least 2 successes to do that.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Let's see what I can do.
Those are the AD&D 2nd edition roots. Right there.
Let's see. Oh, fuck. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All right.
Oh no.
Yep. You swing wildly, creating a nice little breeze that blows the cobwebs. Maybe it was you the whole time.
Down.
Yeah.
You're so
It was
short.
coming from within inside.
It was coming from inside the.
The breeze was coming from.
Turns out the breeze was in you all along.
Yeah. I mean, the breeze is in me most times, but it depends on what I've eaten. So.
Hey, listen, we're all brewers. We all have the breeze inside us.
Yeah, that's true.
Some days worse than others, but yes.
Wait, is that a reference to Breeze Malt? Or is that a separate reference that I just now
Oh, God.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now.
That's a good retcon right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and these spiders give out a loud roar as the combat continues.
Oh,
All right,
I'm just happy they brought the down.
No.
Felwyn, it is your turn.
All right. I kind of feel like I should torch these things, but can I do so without endangering my compatriots?
That's a tough call. It's possible, but you are in a room full of flammable webs. It depends. It could go very well. It could go slightly poorly.
I mean, could I shout that I want to do this, and maybe could I hold my action or something like that?
Interesting thought. If you want, you can spend your turn trying to convince everyone to that this is a good
Get out of the way.
idea, and then it will just be you'll have to do it on your next round. Yeah, if you're okay with that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to convince everybody that I could take out like this whole room.
All right. Any particular words of wisdom, or is that your message in a nutshell?
It's like, I'm gonna torch this whole room. You guys should probably get out of the way.
Could I use my turn to just shield all the tiny people with my gigantic body?
When your turn comes up, that could absolutely be an option. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
At that though, it turns into my turn. There are still three spiders in front of you guys. One of them is going to attack Kojor. That will be one hit. Kojor, you suffer a wound. One of them will attack Fiddle. Fiddle, 5, I think, will hit you, so that'll be a 1 wound on you.
Oh, it sure will.
And one of them will attack Felwyn. Felwyn, I rolled a 1 and a 4, so I believe that's a single hit on you as well. The 10 spiders in the back start to advance and start to encircle you. And at this point, another cocoon hatches, and there are 5 more coming behind them. So if you're keeping count, there are now 18 of these little buggers, or arachniders. Yeah, there's 18 of them. At this point, it is Fiddle's turn. So what are you doing?
So I heard Felwyn cry out to me about torching the room.
Mm-hmm.
I have an interesting... So it's not explicitly listed in my inventory, but am I to assume that we have, like, rations and, like, a water skin or something on our persons?
If it's not on the character sheet, I'm going to say no.
All right, I love that. In that case, I am going to... I'm going to try and run behind Felwyn. Like fighting retreat style, get behind Felwyn, like, at her side or whatever, to get out of the way without totally opening myself to getting eaten by spiders.
Sounds good. The floor is a bit sticky, but you can make it over there with a bit of skill. Kojor, it is your turn.
Should I attack the spiders or try to protect you tiny humans with my hulking frame?
I'm an elf. I think I'm slender.
Tiny creatures. I think I'm gonna try to wipe out some more of these spiders.
All right. There's 3 of them in front of you currently, and another 10 or 15 total advancing behind them. So there's certainly 3 within reach of your axes.
All right. And you said I can do sort of like a multi-attack, assuming I have multiple successes.
Right. You can roll your 3 dice for your hand axe, and you can roll your 2 dice for your hatchet on a separate target.
Or I can roll them together and potentially hit more.
These particular spiders only have 1 hit point, so if any of your dice roll up a hit, it'll kill them. So it'd probably behoove you to roll them separate just to see whether or not the first one hits, and then the second one you can make your decision then, if that makes sense.
All right, I'll do that. I'll use my hand axe first. That's 3 die. I got 1 success.
That's success turns into 1 dead spider. Another spider cut in twain with a hand axe.
And then my hatchet. That's 1 success.
There you go. Your hands are starting to become blackened with the goo that is inside these spiders. This is kind of where you remember spending most of your time, in the thick of battle. And at the end of your turn, as you start to get the warrior's confidence and the adrenaline back, you look down and notice that although the torch has burned out, it has freed that battle axe from its webbing in the ground.
Yes!
Next up, it is Thorin's turn.
Oh boy. So, do we still have some creeping up behind us?
There's 10 of them that are starting to encircle you, kind of off to your left and your right. They're kind of pinning you back against the far door at this point. Not the door you guys came in, but the door with the eye slit in it.
Probably not tall enough to look through that door, so I might as well just try to take out some more of these spiders.
Yep, there's still one eminently attacking you, and there's the 10 more within a combat section's reach, for sure.
I'm going to go for the one that's actively attacking.
That sounds like a plan.
Alright. Alright, I got a 5 and a 6.
Nice. Your mace lands with a very satisfying crunch of an exoskeleton. This is now an X-Spider.
Alright.
Alright, we're coming to Felwyn's turn.
Alright, y'all. Okay, well, I feel like at the last minute, Felwyn would probably decide that blasting the whole room with fire would probably not be the greatest idea right now, since everyone's kind of in the thick of battle. So she's going to lightning orb 2 targets.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Yep, that'll be 2 3-dice attacks against 2 separate targets.
Okay, here's the first one. I got 1 success.
All right.
The second one, 1 success.
Nice. All right, so of the 10 spiders that are encircling you, your orbs go out. Both of them smack into the first one, electrifying it. You see its legs go straight out, and then it falls to the ground, and then a chain reaction happens, branching to a second spider and doing a similar amount of damage to it. That kills 2 of those spiders. At this point, however, 2 more cocoons have opened, spilling 10 additional spiderlings into this room.
Oh, no.
It does not look like these cocoons are letting up anytime soon. And currently there are 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 spiders. 8 of them have got up to you at this point, and 15 are still in the back of the room. So I think that's 2 attacks each. Let's see what I can do here. I need more dice. It's always a good thing to need. All right, so 2 attacks on Thorin. That's 1 hit. I did roll a 6, so 1 wound on Thorin. 2 attacks on Kojor. That'll be 2 hits on Kojor. So Kojor suffers 2 wounds. Wait till Francis gets back for him, but I can do 2 attacks on Felwyn at this point. Felwyn, pretty sure all 4 of these hit you.
Okay.
A 3, a 4, a 4, and a 5. So that'll be 4 damage to Felwyn, and then 2 of these spiders start attacking Fiddle. And Fiddle, that's a 4, a 4, and a 5. So I believe that is 3 hits on you as well.
3.
This combat's starting to get nasty. This is where the DM really shines. I like it. All right. That I think is my turn. There's 8 spiders, pretty much 2 engaged in combat with each of you, and another 15 further back in the room. We're back up to the top of initiative order, and Fiddle, it is your turn.
Oh man, I'm savagely attacking one of the guys that's on me, man. He's gonna get it.
Okay.
I got a 5 and a 6.
There you go. That's another spider skewered on the end of your dagger.
Hell yes.
Next, Kojor, it is your turn.
So I have. Oh. I'm gonna pick up that axe.
Yeah.
The battle axe.
That as you grip the axe, the remaining memories of who you are flood back. This is your Bane Slayer's battle axe. It hits with 7 dice.
Fuck yeah.
Typically only against one attacker.
Mm-hmm.
However, you could probably do a little bit of swinging. If you roll 3 or more successes, you might be able to hit 2. But mostly this is just a giant 7 dice versus 1 person type of a battle axe.
Okay. Do I lose?
Damn.
Do I lose either of my other weapons?
Nope.
Both
If
of
you want to
them?
put those at your hip, you have 2 holsters for those.
All right.
You can switch. You can fight with whichever combination you want, I suppose. But the new battle axe is 2-handed, so it'll require both of your hands to operate.
All right. Well, it seems like as we're slicing up these spider babies, more and more are just coming. Can I use my torch to light one of them on fire?
Your first torch is snuffed out on the ground. You could
Yeah.
light a second torch, but that would probably take your full turn.
Ah, boo. All right. Well, then I'm just gonna swing that battle axe and see what happens.
All right, there's still 7 spiders around you. If you roll more than 3 successes, you might hit 2 of them.
All right. I got first 5 die. That's 1, 2 successes. And then the next 2 die. That's 2 more successes.
All right, that's 4.
4 out of 7.
You're able to make a long swing with the double-handed battle axe, with enough force that you're not only killing a spider, but you send it careening into a second spider, both of which smash into the wall with a splat. And then it will be Thorin's turn.
Oh man. Use my my shield to kind of guard whoever I can while I take a swing at some of these spiders.
Sounds good?
Sweet. All right. 3 successes. 2
Nice.
5s and a 6.
With another loud crunch, you're able to dispatch one of the 5 spiders remaining in front of you, and at the same time take up a defensive position with your shield to block them from coming to the rest of the group. Felwyn, it is your turn.
All right. Am I next to the door?
You're pretty close to it. Yep.
But I'm still engaged with two spiders.
I think it's safe to say that whichever spiders were engaging you were probably dispatched this round. If
Okay.
not, at the very least, I think Thorin has stepped in to give you a little bit of breathing room.
I'm gonna peep through the door.
Okay. Yeah, I would say give me an investigate roll to see if you can see anything on the other side.
Okay. Oh, 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah.
With 1 success, you will be able to notice some dim torchlight in a hallway past this door, and a very rancid smell, kind of like dead roadkill, only worse, wafting in through that breeze that we mentioned earlier.
Sounds kind of gross.
The air itself is a bit warmer, however, than the cold room that you're in or the cold room that you were in previous to this.
Still a breeze, like a slight breeze coming
Yep.
through the notch. Okay. Okay. Well, if I still can, I'd like to blast a couple more orbs
Oh,
if I've got time.
give it a try.
All right. So here's the first orb. That's 3 successes.
That would be 1 electrocuted spider for sure.
And 1 success.
All right, 2 more dispatched.
Nice.
It
Damn.
will be my turn. 10 more of these spiders have closed the gap and are now attacking you. And at this point, 2 more cocoons have opened, spilling forth 10 more into the room.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Alright, maybe I should have torched this room.
It's getting hard to see the ground at this point. They're climbing over the walls, on the ceiling, and even over their dead mother at this point. They're just covering every square inch that you're not occupying. So right now there are 12 in front of you and another 15 behind that. So total of 27 of these spiders for those keeping count.
Holy shit. Riddle's like frothing at the mouth and picking bridges.
Yeah, this has got to be worst case scenario for Fiddle. All right, another 2 attacks against each of you. Felwyn, only 1 hit this time. Let's see, Fiddle, 2 attacks against you will land in 4 hits. You are getting swarmed. You're starting to panic, and they're just biting you all over and clawing with these these very sharp legs. Kojor, 2 more against you. All of them miss. Damn. That's a lot of 1s. And Thorin, 2 attacks against you as well. No 6s. So Thorin, you're good to go. It's looking a little dicey in here. And Fiddle, you were the first one up.
Excuse me. There's a door behind us to a degree, right?
Yes, there is.
You might understand that. As I'm trying to fight these spiders off, I'll be like, they will overrun us! There are too many! I'm gonna make a break for the door.
Okay. Yep, you can do that with your dexterity. You're able to kind of roll out of combat and make it to the door. I assume you're going to try to open it?
Oh, yeah.
I would say give me a strength check. This door is...
See how strong this halfling really is.
Yeah, this door is very wedged into its hinges.
I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Yeah, this is... As far as you can tell, this is not a door, but a door painted on a stone wall. This thing's not moving at all.
Oh yeah. That's me.
Kojor, it is your turn.
All right, the situation. We're surrounded by spiders. There's this hefty door. I mean, I don't know. I pushed open the last door.
You've got a storied history of doors. Yes, there's something there for sure.
Let's give it a try. I'm just gonna try to rip this door off the hinges.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
So that's 7.
I believe you get a +4 on strength, so yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3 successes, and then the next 2. Yeah, 3 successes total.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to open this door. You start with a pull, realize, oh, this is a push, and then with a loud scrape that actually tosses some sparks up, you're able to push this door open to a fully open state into the next room. You're kind of taken aback by a rancid smell that wafts into the room now that you've opened up a bigger path for this air to go out. But otherwise, yeah, the path into the next room is open. Yeah.
Hell yes.
Well, you're welcome, guys.
There you go. Thorin.
Well, thank you, Kojor.
Thorin, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna take off into that other room.
Sounds good. Yep, you'll be able to make it into the other room, no problem. Once you get in there, it's a little dark. There's no light just yet, so you kind of stop maybe 5 feet in. You hear some sounds of bubbling and gurgling, so not wanting to fall into anything liquid, you kind of stop yourself 5 feet into the room, but you are there. Somebody in chat is just saying, yes, use those barbarian lockpicks. Yeah, we got there again. Absolutely. Felwyn, I think it's your turn.
All right, now everybody get into the hallway. And she's going to go into the hallway and position herself to torch the room when it's clear of my friends.
Sounds good. After that, I think it's my turn. There are surely more of these things hatching. You can't really tell anymore. The room is just a mass of spiders moving on top of each other. There are still enough to fight those who remain in the room, however. Fiddle, I believe you're still in the room, and Felwyn.
Oh, yeah.
Each of you will be attacked. Let's see, Fiddle. 2 hits against Fiddle.
Oof.
And Felwyn. That'll be 2 hits against you as well.
Oh, man, I'm down to 12.
Yeah.
Might need a chug of that beer cask.
I was gonna say, like, let me know what you guys, what your HP's at,
Same.
because I got a 6-pack to split with my dudes.
There you go. All right, so there's a mass of spiders, at least 20, probably close to 30, nearing in on you right now. Fiddle, you are first up.
I'm gonna do my absolute best to slip through that door as fast as I can, get away from this mess.
With your stature, that is not a problem. You will be able to slip through the door unhindered.
Hell yes.
Kojor, it is your turn.
So, when I open the door, did I like push through to the next room, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'd say you pushed into the next room. At this point, both Thorin and Fiddle have kind of run in behind you.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we can't close that door until we're all through. I'm gonna light my remaining. No. I'm gonna light my remaining torch so that I can see in this room.
That sounds great.
Right now. And find out what's smelling so bad.
Absolutely. I would say at the end of the round, assuming everyone's going to be in this hall, I'll go ahead and use that torch to describe the room. But for now, I think I'm going to jump ahead quickly to Felwyn. Because I think you were waiting for everyone to be out of the room. Felwyn, this is pretty much this is your chance.
I'm blasting. I'm flame spraying the room.
Sounds good.
Just toast it all up and blasting them.
All right, so I think that does just 4d6 damage to the entire room. So you're essentially rolling 46, and that's going to tell how many spiders you instantly toast.
I rolled 19.
19 out of a possible 20? Is that?
Yeah, 4d6 out of 20. Yeah, 19 out of 24.
Or no, oh yeah, 46 to 24. I can do basic maths. 19, very, very good. Your flame blast just destroys all of the spiders that were immediately in front of you, starts to catch some of the larger cocoons. It's even leaping up towards the ceiling and the hanging cocoons. That room is just a firestorm right now, especially with the wind that's blowing in, supplying it more oxygen. It's starting to catch extremely quickly.
Hell yeah.
Feels good. Felwyn is pleased.
Yeah. So after that, assuming you guys will turn around, and I think to move things along, assuming you guys will eventually close that door, we can get into the next area. Let's see. The smell of decay hits your senses hard. Humidity begins to soak your clothes, weighing you down. You feel your fatigue might finally catch up to you. Hopefully the extra heat in this room means you're close to the entrance. Just beside the door lies just beside the door lies a small torch suspended in a wall sconce. It is not lit. Ahead lies a suspended metal walkway. It creaks and sways at any added weight, staying about 3 feet from either wall, and barely a foot above a greenish, bubbling pool of fetid goo. As the pit below gurgles and pops, you focus on the walls. They are rough, jagged, almost spiked. Then it dawns on you. They're made of bones. mortared together in a gruesome display of morbid masonry. More bones lay strewn about the catwalk. There was a battle here, a big one by the looks of it. It appears as though you fought past at least 20 skeleton warriors on your way through this part of the dungeon. Let's hope the dead stay at rest on your way back out. Upon seeing these corpses, Thorin, you remember the power of your people to dispel all undead, and you will remember your power to turn undead monsters. Whenever you want to activate that power, you get 6 dice. Each success will destroy a skeleton or other undead monster. So, if you guys run into any skeletons later, I'm not sure. Who knows? It might happen, it might not. Maybe a vampire, zombie. I don't know. What else is there? Wraiths, banshees. You've got a secret.
God.
You've got a secret weapon.
Drain.
But yep. Other than that, after the doors close and these spiders can't make it out, it's just you in this walkway.
Oh man. So we're in the spent grain silo.
I think we should go across probably one at a time, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna poke. Can I poke the catwalk with my staff? Just like poke it.
Sure. Yeah, it swings just a little bit on the chains on which it's suspended, but otherwise seems sturdy enough. Sturdy enough at your poke, at least.
Okay.
But is it sturdy enough for Kojor?
Only one way to find out.
It's true.
Yeah, unless my other skill is being able to swim. I don't know.
Anybody else have any other ideas?
Well, I'm certainly happy to test the catwalk. I'll creep down it as best I can.
All right. Yep, you're able to make it.
No one stops me.
You're able to make it at least 5 or 10 feet without any problems. It takes you some getting used to the fact that the catwalk itself can move, but yeah, it's holding. You can see
I'll turn
maybe.
back to everybody and give them a.
There you go. It's got the fiddle frog feather thumbs up. About 20 feet ahead of you, the walkway itself kind of curves over to the right, just very slightly, just out of view. But as of now, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any danger here. Anybody else going to chance the walkway?
I might as well.
Okay. Yep, with the added weight of Thorin, it sways a little bit more, but otherwise the walkway itself is holding. Felwyn, Kojor, what do you think?
Well, fuck it. I'll walk across it.
All right. With your elvish grace, it would be trivial for you to get to the point where Fiddle and Thorin are without any trouble at all.
Okay.
Well, seeing as I don't possess elvish grace, I think I want to wait. I don't want to go on the catwalk yet.
Okay. Yeah. What's the rest of the group doing? You're gonna continue on? You're gonna find a way to wait for Kojor? Forging ahead? What is it?
Like we gotta find a way.
I will light with my torch. I'll light the sconce on the wall. The torch on the wall.
Okay. As that torch fires to life, it shines a bit more light on this pool of goo that is sort of underneath this catwalk. You can see in the goo itself are more bodies. Just past where the floor falls off, about at the point where Felwyn and Thorin stand, underneath the walkway, you see a long dead knight. He lies half stuck in the pit of goo, his armor embossed with a banner of a majestic goose soaring through the clouds. It seems as if he was also trying to escape.
Aw.
At this point, you hear the raspy and now familiar voice of the Lich Vib'Bane. You really think you'll end up any different? That knight was far more competent than you, and he still became my slave in the end. The voice trails off.
Oh my god.
We should probably get to the other end of this bridge.
Yeah, I'm booking
Let's
it.
see what's on the other.
All right. Anybody booking it to the end of the bridge, give me a dexterity roll.
Hell yeah. Alright, I got 2 successes. There, 2 5s.
Looks like Fiddle made it without any problems.
I got 1 success.
Felwyn, you trip a bit. You land nearly face planting on the platform, and you almost drop your book into the pool below, but you're able to catch
that was
yourself
bad.
at the last second with 1 success.
Okay.
Thorin, your thoughts? You booking it as well? Oh no, Zane may have frozen on us.
Someone cast Hold Person on the dwarf.
Yeah, he's been frozen by the Lich. Yeah, Zane, don't know if you can hear us. If you can, I'd say reboot. Just reboot your Discord.
Our word stunned.
Yep. If not, we're just going to move on to Kojor. So Kojor, it looks like some of your cohorts have just kind of ran as fast as they can down this platform, leaving you holding the torch and somewhat in the dust here.
I just didn't want my bottom heavy frame to break the bridge for everybody else. So
You do have the biggest
Yes.
axe in the group, so
I do. I've got several axes now. I think I will very cautiously take my chances with the bridge, hoping that Thorin has made it safely across.
all right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and hop myself into the Discord, hopefully, to re-solidify our feed. Here, actually, I think I can do this.
He is trying to reboot.
Great. In the meantime, I have this screen. How's that? So once he hops back, we'll hop back in the camera feed. But for now, this will work. So as you step onto the walkway, the chains creak just slightly. You hear metal kind of stressing itself, but you are able to make it to at least the midway point. You see your fellow group members at the far end in front of an archway with a door in it. If you want to make it to them, you, like them, will have to give me a dexterity roll.
That's a 3.
3 dice, unless you have any bonuses, which I don't think you do.
Nope, I'm just big and strong, that's all. I got 1 success.
All right, you're able to make it. It's a little weird getting your sea legs. You almost fall over the side, but you make it. Thorin, you can hear us, right?
I'm back.
Great. So we all had to roll a dexterity roll to see if we made it across this walkway. So if you will be so kind as to give us the last one.
You got it.
That's a good look. I like that look.
Got it. Yeah, it's a 2, 3, and a 4.
Nice. All right, so Thorin, in running down this walkway, takes a bad step, slips almost completely off of the platform, and is now sitting with his ankles in the fetid pit below, barely holding onto the platform. Thorin, as you try to claw your way back up, there are bony hands that are trying to pull you down into the muck. Does anybody have anything they can do to help Thorin out?
Well, I'm strong as fuck.
I do. I have rope.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna try and throw him some rope. Maybe, I don't know. Or I guess I would throw it to Kojor.
Yeah,
Who's
I
closer?
would bet that Kojor could do something with that rope. All right, so you're
That's what I'm gonna try and
gonna
do.
throw the rope to Kojor. Kojor, you're lowering some down to Thorin, I assume.
Yeah.
You want to give me a strength check to see if you can't pull him up?
Yeah.
Tug of war with the dead.
It's 1 success. 2, 3. 3 sixes.
All right, you're able to pull him up, Thorin. Your dwarf work greaves are a little bit blackened with the goo that's dripping off you, and you still have a finger bone or two lodged in your armor, but you've made it back onto the platform without dying. So good for
I
you.
got you, boo.
You were able to make it to the end of this platform. At the time that you step off of it towards the next door, you hear some chains in the back start to snap. The platform itself starts to shake. And as you look back, it starts to sink into the goo. You could swear that you see the shadow of a figure, of a horned figure with a serpentine tail jumping up and down on the platform as it sinks. And it looks like there's no way to go but forward at this point.
Is that our buddy? Our dead buddy?
Could have been.
Oh, that'd be messed up.
Yeah.
Like zombie buddy.
Sound like much of a buddy now.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I wish there was a toy when I was a kid called Zombie Buddy. I mean, there was my buddy, but. All right.
Oh yeah.
We did search his corpse for valuables, so.
True. It's likely that you guys searched it twice. You probably remember taking stuff off of his person when he died, as well.
The first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next, and this is the final area. As you head into this new room, the door itself is unlocked. 6 huge fireplaces, crafted to look like screaming skulls, line the walls of this room, all occupied with crackling blazes that spill a warm reddish glow into the hall. A mantle above one of the pits holds a collection of odd humanoid skulls in different states of decay. Some of the floor tiles here have ancient magical symbols etched into them, and nearly a dozen of these are depressed several inches into the floor. It seems that some arcane puzzle has been solved here. Then it dawns on you. That's it. You remember this room. The main chamber just past the entrance. As you frantically look up towards the double doors leading to freedom, you see a tall woman in ornate silver and heraldic armor, gagged and chained to the hinges, blocking your escape. She looks surprised to see you for an instant, but then steels her face with a grimace of angry determination. A sinking feeling of dread creeps over you. A raspy hiss begins to fill the room like the sound of a scorpion's nest. Your skin begins to crawl. Before you can cross the room to the chained figure, tendrils of darkness creep across the floor, coming together just in front of her. Dark spines begin to cover the captive as a hellish figure rises from the shadowy mass. You thought you could escape. Nobody challenges my power and lives. It's the Lich Lord Vib'Bane. He is clad now in ancient ceremonial robes of black, red, and gold, tattered and miskept. In one bony hand, he brandishes a golden scepter, capped with an eagle in mid-flight. In the other, he grips an ancient book with one strange arcane word scrawled on its cover. He flings the book open with a flourish and starts chanting in a long-forgotten tongue. It's time to end this. We're going to go ahead and roll initiative. This is the final battle.
Holy fuck.
4.
4. Going 4 circle.
6.
Nice.
Yeah, 2.
Fuck.
Okay, so Phil. Kojor, you said 2? All right. The Lich Lord Vib'Bane is much tougher than your previous enemies. He's got a nice chunk of hit points, and he will actually be able to attack twice a round. So
Cool.
I get to go first, and then a couple of you get to go, and then I get to go again. You know, that makes sense.
Oh, fuck.
One for you,
Fun.
2 for
That's
me.
cool, man.
All right, so the first thing that Vib'Bane is going to do, he will chant a bit, float off the ground, point his scepter towards one of the fireplaces, and you see 3 skeleton warriors come out of the fireplace, still with their charred bones still glowing from the heat. That's his his first action. Next is Thorin, who I think rolled a 6. Thorin, you're up.
Oh, that's me. Can I get a quick gauge of where everybody's like HP is at?
I am at 12.
Fiddle looks a bit worse for wear, but I'm still standing confidently and not trying to escape on my own.
Head on.
Interpret that as you may.
Bajor?
Kojor's at 14.
Alright, so I would like to split my 6-pack and give one to each of my compatriots.
Cool. I would say the act of cracking and tossing a beer to one of your fellows, they would get the hit points as soon as you did it, but it would probably count as an action. So if you want to heal somebody, that would be your action for the round, would be that heal.
Yeah.
We'll just do them
Yeah,
one at a time, if that makes sense, just for action economy's sake.
Sure.
So
Sure.
Yeah.
if you're gonna toss a cold one at somebody, who's it gonna be?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go with Felwyn to start.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Gotcha, man.
Cool. Thorin, you can go ahead and roll a d6 and heal Felwyn that much.
6.
Nice.
Sweet.
6. That's a nice refreshing brew.
Oh, it's
Finally
chugged
get a
it
good
back
roll.
up to 18.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Tastes like Pivo Pilsner.
Yep.
Shotgun, man.
Yeah. Just in the bottom with a little bit of a knife. Pop the top. Totally Baker Mayfield it. Absolutely. All right. Next up, Felwyn. After letting out a loud belch, it is your turn.
Oh, can I lightning orb the Lich twice?
It has
Or
to be
just
2
once?
separate targets, but you can certainly
Okay.
hit him with one half of it. It's
Well,
yeah,
I'll zap
sort of
him
like
with one, and I'll send one towards one of the 3 skeletons.
that works.
Alright, so this is against the Lich. I got 1 6, a 6, a 4, and a 3.
Okay, the 6 will hit. That'll hit him.
And then against the skeleton, got a 5, 1 5.
Nice.
So 1 success.
All right. The lightning bounces from the Lich, chains over to one of the skeletons, zaps it through the sword that it's holding, and shakes some of its bones loose. The skeleton's still up, but another hit would probably dispatch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at that point we are back to me. The Lich Vib'Bane seems miffed at your attempt to do some damage. I see you've relearned some of your powers, but they won't help you. I'm still more powerful. At this point, he points a bony finger at you, Felwyn. And he is going to cast Cold Snap.
Okay.
Cold Snap is just, there's no avoiding it. It's going to do 3 damage. But you've got a chance to prevent some with a Constitution save. So for you, I think that's 3 dice.
Damn.
Every
Okay.
every success you roll will negate one of the cold damage.
Gotcha.
No
That
avoiding
is
that cold snap.
1 success.
There you go. So you take 2 cold damage as frost starts to cover your staff, spellbook, and robes. It's getting a little chilly in here.
All right.
Next, Fiddle. Fiddle, it is your turn.
Fuck. Oh shit. Oh boy, what am I gonna do? I'm going to shoot an arrow at the Lich, dude.
Go for it.
I'm gonna try at least. I rolled 1 6, 1 5, and then just a 3.
That's 2 hits. In the middle of casting his spell, he does not notice your exactly where your arrow's coming from. You're able to catch him off guard. Flies right through his robes, and although it doesn't seem you've connected with any living flesh, it does seem like you've done some damage to him.
I'll take that.
All right, Kojor, it is your turn.
Just gonna do what I do and swing my battle axe at him.
Sounds good.
Oh boy,
Sounds great.
maybe it's not great. We'll find out here. That's one success.
1 success. You will be able to graze him for a damage, but he laughs that off. I believe I shall enslave your corpse as a fan operator. You're very good at creating a breeze.
Oh my god.
What a dick.
All right. That's back to me, and
Sure.
actually these 3 charred skeletons are coming into attack.
Oh, good.
Right now, I think they're first coming after Felwyn, Kojor, and Thorin. Each one of you will be attacked with 2 dice. Skeletons are relatively basic. They just have swords and clubs. So nothing crazy. Let's see.
Basic bitches.
Yeah. Felwyn coming at you with a 3 and a 5. I believe that those will both hit.
Both hit.
Kojor, a 5 and a 1. I believe that's 1 hit against you. And
Flash a pumpkin spice latte on me.
Thorin, I got a 6. So this skeleton had a spear, was able to find a weak point in your armor and do a damage. After that, the Lich Lord goes yet again. At this point, what would he do? Oh yes, I think he would turn towards you, Kojor, and point a finger at you. Start to chant a strange spell into the air. It sounds like whatever he's saying. It sounds like a joke you once heard, and it's really, really funny. And as you think about it, your skin starts to twitch, and it feels like you're being tickled. I'm going to need you to roll a d6, and if you don't succeed, you're going to burst out into laughter and be tickled for the next round.
I don't consent to that.
Yeah, this is a bad guy.
Kayla's hideous laughter.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's tickling me.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't get there? All right, so your next round is forfeit. You will be laughing hysterically and gripping your sides during the next round. After that, it is Thorin's turn.
Oh man.
You better fuck that shit up.
For an attack. Yeah.
Attaching
Go ahead and swing that mace.
at the big baddie himself.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
I got 1 success.
That'll do it. 1 success is enough. You're able to catch him on one of his ankles. He's kind of still floating above the ground, but you're able to crush some of the bones in his foot.
Hell yeah.
All right.
He's not looking too damaged yet, but he's certainly getting annoyed at this point. Next in the order here, I think is Felwyn. Felwyn, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna zap him again, and I'll send the other orb to the skeleton that I already hit once.
Sounds good.
All right. So here's the first one against Big Bad. That's 1 success.
All right.
And skeleton missed.
All right.
Nothing.
So a little bit of zap on Kojor, and the skeletons are still up and moving about. At this point, looking at the fact that you're attacking some of his minions, Vib'Bane waves his scepter again at another fire pit and raises 2 more of them.
I like that fucking scepter.
2 more skeletons are starting to climb out of a fire pit. That makes 5 total, and that's his half round. At this point, it is Fiddle's turn.
Ooh, dude, I'm gonna try and shoot that scepter out of his hand. If I can.
Let's see here. If you're specifically trying to get the scepter out of his hand, if you roll flat out 3 successes, you could probably do it. If not, it's just gonna be basic damage.
I want to try.
It's possible. You know? It's possible.
It's possible, but not probable.
Okay.
I got 1-5.
1-5. You'll do a damage
to
you'll do a damage to his wrists at this point, but he's got a almost rigor mortis like grip on this scepter, which holds his power of raising undead warriors. Kojor, it is your turn, and although it is abating, you waste most of the turn laughing at what you thought was a very awesome joke, coupled with a very non-consensual tickle. You're trying to forget it ever happened. You've got those like last few waves of laughing, and you're back to normal, and now you're pissed. At that point, it's my turn. I have 5 skeletons closing in on you guys. Each one's going to attack you guys once, so everyone gets a skeleton attack. Felwyn.
Bastards.
Felwyn, that's 2 hits. You're just so squishy. I'm sorry.
I'm back down 12.
Fiddle. Fiddle,
Bring it on.
2 misses. You are dodging out of the way. You're like kind of going underneath the legs. You're just b-balling these guys. They don't know what's up. Kojor.
Yeah.
Kojor's being attacked. One of them hits you. You take a single damage. And Thorin, another 6. Another damage on the stalwart dwarf. At this point, Vib'Bane turns towards you, Thorin, annoyed at the damage to his foot, and clenches his bony claw into a fist. You can feel your energy just getting sucked out, and you actually see an ethereal path kind of sucking into his fist. You will take 2 damage, and at this point, the Lich's foot kind of regrows back into what it previously looked like before you hit it.
Shit.
Damn,
All right.
bro. All right.
And at that, it is Thorin's turn.
That's super dope. Hold on. I think I'm gonna chug some healing brew.
Sounds good. That'll be a
It's not
D6.
looking good over here.
D6 extra hit points to you.
Ah, 1.
Mostly Lee's. Definitely bottle conditioned.
That was a natty light for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it might have been a natter day of some sort.
It's a natty daddy. It would have been too, but
Not even Natty Daddy would have been a bit more hit points, wouldn't it?
that's what I was hoping.
All right, Felwyn, it is your turn. You've now got 5 skeletons
Yeah.
and a Lich Lord.
Well, I think this might be an opportune time to juice up our biggest fighter with an enlarged scroll.
An enlarged scroll. All right. Well, who's the best fighter? Who are we talking here? Are we talking Fiddle? I mean, who are we?
I'm talking Kojor, man. Just like
is Kojor can Kojor get any bigger? Is that even possible?
Let's find out. I mean,
okay. I love it. All right, so you're going to use an enlarged scroll to try and make Kojor bigger.
Yeah, even huger.
Even huger. All right.
Even huger.
You read off of the scroll in your best ancient Elvish. As the words come out of your mouth, they start to coalesce, float around in the air. You can feel the air just get thick. The hairs on your arms start to stand up, and an intense wave of magical energy shoots out from your mouth through the scroll, destroying it, and straight into Kojor, who starts to pop and snap the straps of her armor. It bends to her new shape, and she is now at least 4 to 5 feet taller. We're talking ogre size.
Damn.
We're talking the Baneslayer battle axe at this point is like a normal hand axe. And I think we're talking probably an extra, I don't know, 5 attack dice. I don't know if that sounds about right.
I mean, that sounds right as rain.
All right. So there's that.
Damn.
Seeing this, I think it's Vib'Bane's next turn. Let's see, what would he be casting at this point? He's a little perturbed at that. He looks a little spooked, and he flies off and starts chanting the rune floating in air spell that you saw at the beginning of the night. You know he is halfway into chanting a new fireball. So he's bringing out the big guns at this point, but that's his whole turn. So, Fiddle, you're up.
Fuck him up.
Holy shit. I'm going to, as I knock another arrow, I'm going to cry out to everyone, spread out! He can't hit all of us! And I'm going to loose an arrow at him.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
All right. Ooh, I got 2 6s. Okay.
Nice. That would be 2 hits. Another solid hit into just his center of mass. He's got a couple arrows sticking out of him at this point. Did not phase his spell casting. He's still going for it. Kojor, it is your turn. The memory of last round fresh in your mind, and apparently a new 5 feet. You're worried about hitting the ceiling with your head, but otherwise you're ready to go. What are you up to?
I'm not that worried. I'm gonna try to attack him if that means I have 12 dice.
It's a nice round number. I mean, let's go for it.
With my battle axe, so I'm gonna see if I can remember how to use this this dice bot here.
Oh yeah. It should be !roll space 12d6 and then
12.
space T5.
D.
I remember learning that in calculus.
Yeah, this basic C plus, right, is rolling dice to kill a lich. Yeah.
Boy. 5 successes.
5 successes. That's actually way better than average. Yeah, you slam into this guy. Cut nearly his entire lower half off. It's safe to he's down to 1 leg at this point. You just shatter his pelvis, rip into his ancient robes.
Good.
Just at the moment that he ends his spell. So at this point, he gets sent. He gets flung back. The spell comes out of his hands, showers the room, catches. I'm gonna say Kojor for sure, Thorin for sure, and 2 of the skeletons in as sort of a misfire of the fireball spell. This is 5 unavoidable damage. Well, arguably unavoidable. This is 5 damage You can roll a dex save, and each success on your dex save will prevent 1 damage. So you could get it down to 2 damage by jumping quickly out of the way. But right now you're looking at 5. The 2 skeletons instantly fail their dex saves and explode into a mass of bones and dust. But yeah, you guys are looking at 5 each.
And I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, that's 5 for me.
Oh, neither of you saved any of your dex rolls?
I mean, I did a dex roll.
Okay, understood. All right. Yep, looks like the hairs are getting a little singed here. We're back to, let's say, the skeleton's turn. Yeah, there's still 3 skeletons, and I think they're going to be attacking. 2 of them will attack Fiddle at this point.
Bring it on!
Fiddle, you said bring it on, and they have. 3 of them have hit you for
Fuck.
3 damage. And 1 more will attack Felwyn. Felwyn, you suffer 1 hit yourself.
Damn.
All right, we're back to the top of initiative order. Thorin, you're up. We've got 3 skeletons still attacking. We've got a Lich with missing appendages, and he's very pissed off at this point.
But is he giant?
Well,
He's not. No, you're. I mean, he's floating off the ground, and you can still see over him. So it's a little cute at this point.
You can just play with him like a fucking doll. Just beat the shit out of him.
Stop hitting yourself.
Oh my god.
well, man, shit. I think before I do anything, I'm just gonna throw up that shield and hope for the best, and we'll see what happens after that. But I'm gonna try to block whatever I can with my rune inscribed shield, and then. Phil, do you need some healing?
Pojar is down to 7. So
Ooh.
Down to 7? Alright, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna throw you one of my heal brews.
All right, go for it. Roll a d6.
Alright. 3.
3.
That's something.
Yep.
Yep.
It's respectable. That's double digits. Should back up to 10.
That's something.
There you go.
After that, Felwyn, you're up.
I'm zapping again.
Zap.
I'm gonna send one to the Lich, 1 to a skeleton.
Sounds good.
Hell yes.
That's 1 to the Lich
All right.
and 2 to the skeleton.
Oh, you explode a skeleton in an electrified
Right.
spray of bone fragments. Nice. All right, so let's see. Oh, nice. Oh, this guy's taking some damage. He's still up, but he's not in a good space. It is his turn. He's going to try another spell at this point. He is going back to Cold Snap, and he's going to try and hit 2 people. He raises both hands, one towards Thorin and one towards Felwyn at this point. So Felwyn, if you remember as last time, it's 3 damage. You can avoid it with Constitution saves.
Okay. That's 1 save.
All right, so 2 frost damage to you.
I'm down to 9.
And then when Thorin gets back, some cold damage will be coming his way as well. But then after that, it is Fiddle's turn. So Fiddle, you're up.
Dude, I am shooting at him again. The arrows are dwindling in my quiver, but here we go. I got a 5, and a 2.
2 damage is 2 damage. Another arrow sticking out of this guy. He's starting to look like a pincushion at this point.
Hell yes.
Thorin, now that you're back, a wave of cold snap damage is tossed in your direction. So you're looking at 3 damage, but you can negate that damage with a Constitution check. So for you, I think you get a bonus on that.
I think I'm gonna do that.
So that's 3 normally plus whatever your Constitution bonus is, and every success you roll will negate one of the damage.
I'm not sure what my Constitution roll is.
I believe you have a bonus of +2.
Oh, I do.
So that'd be 5 dice
Damn.
total.
All right. Oh god, I lost one. Little brewery tables, you know. The way I got 1 success.
1? All right, you still take 2 frost damage, but you've spent some time in some cold climates, so it's not 100% as effective.
Cool.
Where were we? I think Fiddle, you just hit with another arrow. We're back to Kojor.
I did.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna swing my axe at him again.
Yeah. We're talking Paul Bunyan Kojor over here.
I mean,
Mr. McLarge Huge.
Yeah.
what else can I do? Let's see. Roll 12d6. I know how to use.
Fiddle has never felt more like a halfling than right now.
Yeah, you're like an eighthling at this point.
What'd I do?
The exclamation mark is usually the forgotten part at the beginning.
I missed the little D.
Ah.
That was what it was.
So
it's
sometimes you
kinda-
miss the D.
Yeah.
Or the
They come in various kinds.
All right, I got 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right. This guy's. Yeah, you've really creamed this guy. He's. You're chopping into the rest of his robes. They're in tatters at this point, revealing sickly mummified body that's taken the wounds of the previous fight.
Hell yeah.
In addition to many fights previous to this. You've exposed the arrows that are sticking out of him. Right now, he's just like a floating mummy with a staff, and he is extremely angry. He's got, just a couple of hit points left, but he's going to try and use them to make sure that you all bite the dust.
Fuck.
It is the skeleton's turn first. They are under the command of their master, both attacking
Bastard.
Kojor, who is the imminent threat. Kojor, that's a 5, a 6, a 5, and a 6.
Oh,
Pretty sure
shit.
that's 4 hits. They smacked that beer right out of your hand before it could do any healing justice to you. And in the meantime, at this point, Vib'Bane points to yet another fire pit with his staff, or with his scepter, and raises 3 additional skeletons. So they might be in combat next round. With that, we're back to the top of initiative order. It is Thorin's turn.
Boo.
Yo, what up? This is Thorin.
Hey, you got any of those beers left?
I absolutely do. I'm gonna toss you another one.
Remember things.
All right, how many hit points are you able to give her?
Let's find out. 4.
All right.
Hey, that's something.
That ain't bad.
That's something.
After that, Felwyn.
Before.
Felwyn, it is your turn.
I'm zapping again.
If it ain't broke, don't
Zap,
fix
zap.
it.
Yeah. Gotta get it done, right? That's 1 success.
Still
the
1
Lich.
damage?
And 1 success against a skeleton.
All right, one of these skeletons is about at half hit points. At this point, it is the Lich Lord's turn. He's exhausted a fair amount of his spells, but he's going to look at you, Felwyn, And again, clench a fist, sucking your life force into his. It will do 2 necrotic damage to you, and the Lich, although still very damaged, will look slightly more healed.
Oh, that's lame. Okay.
What a bitch.
Boo.
What a dick. This weird incel asshole. Like
I
living
mean-
underground by himself. What a loser.
These
What a simp.
these are things. I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible.
It is.
Fiddle, it is your turn.
Ooh, I'm gonna shoot this guy with another arrow. But before I do that, I'd like to say something if I can. Do both.
Go for it.
As I knock the arrow, I'm like, oh my god, if only someone could make these skeletons flee from us! I got 1 success. I got 1 5.
All right, another damage to the Lich. He's sitting with, I think, 4 arrows sticking out of him at this point. Kojor, it is your turn.
Well, because I don't have the special power that lets me make spooky skeletons run away, I'm gonna just keep swinging my axe. So let's see if I can manage to type this in correctly this time.
I don't know if Discord has the thing where you can just hit the up button and it retypes your last typed thing, but
Is it?
possible?
I don't know.
Is that like a roll 20 thing?
I don't know.
I'm basically like a fucking grandma when it comes to new technology.
Yeah.
So
This
New
is
Feel
yeah.
that. I'm a Luddite.
This is my very first Twitch stream, and getting this set up was was a slog for me. I had no clue what I was doing, so I'm glad you guys
Damn,
were able to
seems
get
like
your.
Pro as fuck from our end.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
awesome.
thank you. I'm glad you guys were able to get your cameras up and running. It I think it's worked out for sure. But anyway, back to Kojor the Giant.
5 successes.
Oh man. Okay.
Nice.
This is a tough one.
How's this little baby doing?
So there's some arrows sticking out of this guy, and you're holding what looks to be kind of like a big flat hammer. So you just kind of smack all the arrows even deeper into him, and they come out his back, carrying with them some of his desiccated organs. This guy is starting to like ooze different colors of goo. A light amount of like electricity and like black magic effects are starting to come out of his book, now sort of no longer under his control. This might be his last round on this earth. During that round, however, there's going to be at least one skeleton fighting all of you. So everyone takes a skeletal hit here, or a skeletal attack at least. Felwyn, the skeleton attacking you, does 1 damage. Fiddle, the skeleton attacking you, does 1 damage.
Oh, bastard.
Kojor, the skeleton attacking you, does no damage.
What a
Probably
bitch.
stabs you in your now giant calves. I mean, you're like a straight up Peloton on steroids at this point. Thorin, the skeleton attacking
Thank
you, for a change. For a change, Thorin, I've rolled no 6s, so your armor and your shield have been able to block. Finally,
Hey, what's up?
at that point, ooh, it's Vib'Bane. He's low on health. He's in desperation mode, and he's gonna look at Thorin again and do another life-draining spell, doing 2 damage to you and sucking it into himself. Some of the arrow holes are starting to close, but not quite. At that, it is Thorin's turn.
I'm just gonna go ahead and swing that mace right on at you.
Go for it. Let's see if you can do the final bits of damage here.
Got 2 successes.
2 successes is just enough. You go up, smack the book right out of his hand with your mace. As it drops to the floor, he reaches out for it His hand crumbles and falls towards the floor right on top of the book. Parts of his flesh are starting to drip off. The book hits the floor with a loud slam of almost like a 1-ton block hitting the floor. And a shockwave goes out, dispelling every last skeleton in the room. They fall to the floor, piles of bones yet again. Let's see. Do I have... I'm pretty sure I have a cool death animation for this guy. Yeah, final room. Yes, you see Vib'Bane start to implode into his own self, into his own desiccated flesh. Below him, a hellish maw opens up, and a black carriage pulled by zombified giant horses pulls his remains down into the underworld. His scepter and book burn up in a pillar of fire before the maw closes itself. Before it's completely sealed, you hear an eerie scream. "You shall never defeat me!" It fades into nothingness as the floor closes again. At this point, Vib'Bane is, at least for a time, completely vanquished. His magic is ended, and you have made it to the end of this dungeon. But
Yes.
there is still someone tied up at the door. You haven't escaped yet.
Well, yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
True.
We gotta let her down.
Does this woman look familiar?
Is that lady what's her name?
Hairsbrook?
It might
Lady Hairsbrooker Hallertau?
It might be. Your memory is mostly returned, but it's still foggy. This may be her. It might not be.
Well, I can't touch her because she's covered in silver.
Oh, yeah. Can I investigate her?
Sure.
Ooh.
Yes. Yep, go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
Alright.
So what's your deal?
You just right up on her face with like a magnifying glass.
One success. That's kind of pitiful.
One success. You won't find much, but you will at least find your memory. This is Lady Hairsbrook, or at least it's the same visage as Lady Hairsbrook.
What's her first name?
I'm not sure if she ever told you. Mr.
Well, all right.
Mr. Common
I'm gonna take out that
Elf.
gold necklace I found that had JH in it and be like, "Hey, is this yours?" And like hold it up.
She's still gagged, but at this point, her eyes open wide, seeing that necklace, and you see a single tear form at the corner of her right eye.
Oh, I mean, that's enough for Felwyn. She's convinced this is the lady we need to talk to. I'll remove her gag. I'll take her gag off. That seems like a kind thing to do, right?
Fairly courteous.
Where did you get that necklace?
I actually don't remember. I think I found it. I found it on a corpse.
Get out the dead knight.
Oh yeah, it was your buddy. He told us we had to find you.
After you say you found it on a corpse, more tears start to stream down her face, but she is determined. Her jaw sets, and she just looks at you and says, "The goblet. Did you have it? Please, give it to me, quickly."
I'm like looking really hard over at Fiddle here.
She will follow your gaze.
Wouldn't you wish... Fiddle's like, don't you wish to be freed before I give this to you? How are you supposed to...
Yes, free me, please.
And where are the knights that you came here with?
Don't worry about the knights. I'll worry about the knights. Just, do you have the goblin?
Oh, I'm severely worried about the knights, I believe. This place has been horrifying. Spiders, my lady. Spiders you have no idea about.
Maybe she's fucking tough also.
Yes, I'm sure you've done a great service fighting through all kinds of dangers for us. Forgive me, I was hasty. If you would free me, we can go outside and meet my phalanx together. I must
I
insist,
think that I
however.
will find them myself.
Okay.
Hey, brute,
do
straight
you-
to smack Fiddle in the head?
Do you plan on somehow getting past me? As you can see, I'm chained to this door, and I don't think any of us are gonna leave without freeing me first.
Well, friends, you free her, and I will run through the door as fast as I can.
How noble.
I got 12
Indeed.
dice that say I could axe you down and take that goblet from you.
I have no
Kojor,
idea which goblet you're talking about.
Kojor, you are starting to shrink.
Aw, damn it.
You're getting a little bit tinier every couple seconds.
Don't worry, you're still only 5 feet taller than I am.
Alright, so I got 7 dice that say I could conk you and take the goblet.
Yeah, seriously. I've got about 7 hits of I can protest against that. Friends, do you really trust this woman?
I mean, would she really, like, she didn't chain herself up to the door, you know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
how do we know that? We have only just begun to remember things.
What if we chained her to the door?
It's an
Interesting.
That's an interesting
Did we
thought.
chain her to the door? Did I chain her to the door?
Did you? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh no.
I can assure you that I was captured trying to get deeper into the dungeon to save you. I was captured by the evil Lich Vib'Bane and his brutish skeletal thugs.
I think I trust her.
What do you think, Thorin?
I think I trust her.
As a Haresbrook, she does have a noble character to her.
I'll approach Thorin and produce the ornate goblet and say, well, I don't wish to have this on my conscience, but you seem to be well, you're a dwarf, you're kinda,
Wait.
strong-willed and often good.
Dig yourself into a hole here. Wait.
Halflings are fantastic at digging.
That's probably
Not quite as good as gnomes, though.
that's true.
Dwarves, I suppose, but
Burrowing.
I just feel like
yes, burrowing.
I got nothing left to lose, really. So let's just see how it plays out.
All right. Are you going to free her?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's up. Let's.
All right. You are able to free her bonds relatively quickly. You hand her the goblet, which she grips very, very gently. She looks very relieved. Turns to all of you. Says, "At last, Vib'Bane's corruption on this holy artifact is ended. The free peoples of this land thank you for your service, adventurers. I am permitted to provide each of you with a single royal favor. For what might you ask?" She looks around one by one. Felwyn Ravenwood, what would you have of me?
Excuse me.
Man, I could use some more of that, like, flame spray powder, frankly. That'd be pretty cool.
I will
Kinda
send a barrel of it
Use a
to
lot
your
of it.
hall.
Ooh, that's cool. That sounds dangerous and cool.
Kojor, what would you have? You are now normal size.
Kojor wants to be big forever.
You have tasted the bigitude, and you want to have it forever. Yes.
Bigitude, I gotta write that down.
I will have my greatest court wizards work on it as soon as I can.
Oh, alright.
Gracious Master Dwarf, Thorin, what would you have?
I want a 6-pack of healing stuff for all of my buddies.
At least we're talking 25-pack, all-day IPA, as many as you can drink.
All right, that works.
Haven't had that in a grip.
And you, the suspicious halfling, Fiddle Frog Feather.
Yes, well, seeing as, well, I have certain businesses to attend to, otherwise, a cloak of elven kind with which I can hide myself better.
Such is within my power. I will find it for you. Now.
I do not doubt that.
As you all receive your promises from Lady Hairsbrook, she leads you out into a bright midday sun. There's probably 30 knights in shining armor and lances arrayed in a semicircle around the entrance. There's a brief moment of silence, and then Lady Hairsbrook holds up the goblet, at which all the knights start beating their shields and cheering at the top of their lungs. It's almost too loud to stand, but it is a very elative event, and heralds perhaps many adventures to come in the future. That is the end of the one shot. You guys all made it out alive. You guys defeated the evil Lich, and learned some stuff about yourselves on your way out. So, congratulations. Thank you guys for participating. Cheers to all of you. If anybody has any beer left, you made it to the end.
Cheers.
Stick around in the Discord. If you've got to leave, I understand it's getting close to 9, but stick around in the Discord. If you could, send me a message with a good address to hit you at and a shirt size, and I will send you one of the 614 shirts that I'm currently wearing.
Yeah.
That feature our brewery on the sleeve. If anybody else in the Twitch chat wants one of these, just go to burninghands.beer/merch. I think there should be a link somewhere in the chat as well. And you can get one for yourself before they're gone. But at that's all I had. If you guys wanted to stick around, talk about the adventure, talk more beer, I'm down for it. I've got a few minutes left. We were 10 minutes under, which is fantastic. And really, I thought at least one of you was gonna die. So I tried my hardest, but I don't know.
I got close.
I
got down to 7.
I have 6 HP right now.
Okay.
I'm damn near dead.
That's what I've got too. Is 6.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Started
I'm gonna have a
losing
beer.
fast.
Yeah. You guys did fantastic. Absolutely. You found most of the secret little nooks and crannies and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. What'd you guys think?